Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our one shot, which is now a four shot of Pirates of the Valdstrum. I'm your storyteller, the Ravnos Archon. You can call me Will, though. And before we kick things off and get started, let's do a round of introductions, and let's start with everyone's favorite good boy, Gloop.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? But thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of this.
Oh, shoot. No, there we go. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button where I couldn't hear you. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm doing really good, buddy buzz. I stayed
Yeah.
up a little too late last night singing emo songs in Azrael's channel, but that's okay. I got some caffeine here next to me. Little
Oh.
hair of the gloop dog.
Little hair of the gloop. But speaking of though, you do have a little bit of singing going on tomorrow.
A lot of big singing. Yeah, it's the
Mm.
culmination of 20 episodes and 67 contestants and semifinals, and now it all comes to a head at the grand finals tomorrow at noon Pacific on the channel with the game show that I'm hosting. Yeah,
Super hype about that.
it's gonna be a really fun day. Very excited for it.
Let's jump over to Red. Oh,
Hello.
there you go.
Oh, hi. My name is Red Herring. I'm a cosplay streamer and variety gamer. And I'm very happy to be here. I play Tika Fastmantle. She is a halfling cleric. And yeah.
One of my favorites. You were also a contestant on Gloop's karaoke show.
It was. I got to the semifinals.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's incredibly fun.
It is. It is. I'm looking forward to my turn at the helm. Let's jump over to Kat though.
Hi, my name is Laser Cat. I am a variety broadcaster here, and I play a character in this campaign, my first ever campaign, by the way, called Mara, and she's a really badass pirate rogue. So, I'm really excited for today's episode. We had like a big bomb dropped at the end of last episode, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Things are gonna get real interesting real fast. I hope. And we are again Kiba-less today, but not. He is with us in our hearts. But we do have our favorite Dragonborn barbarian now, Pedro. How have you been?
Hello, I've been good. And yes, I play Sevardolus, a white dragonborn barbarian, third level.
Well, hopefully we'll
Very happy to be here.
get you guys to fourth level soon.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's good to see all of you again as always. I am so entertained by all of you, and I love having you guys here. So before we get into what we're doing today, just a little quick recap of last episode. Bastin Garrow revealed his true form, having been an actual tiefling all along. Explained that he had to keep himself hidden because of the prejudices and the racism that he felt after he crossed the Valdstrum. You guys faced off against some devils who were fighting against the patron of Bastin's family. You exchanged the Jade Monkey for the compass that Bastin's father, Velk the Elder, had. And now you can actually go looking for more of these jade animals on your own accord. The ship was attacked by some kind of deep sea monster. It seemed to have ravaged the ship with tentacles, something akin to the Kraken. And you were picked up by another ship called the Forlorn Shanty. You met its captain, you gambled some before dinner, and then you enjoyed a long rest. You went snooping around the bowels of the ship, and you found what looked to be another devil that had been tied up and chained. And upon its destruction, or its return to the Nine Hells, Mara had a vision of her past, about the inky Kraken, about what might have happened, and how this devil had something to do with that. And as we pick up right where we left off, the four of you are sitting in the bow of this ship. There is the black outline of this creature. There is a smell of sulfur. What are you guys going to do now that Mara has this information?
Alrighty.
So I absolutely tell everybody what's going on. Guys, there's something. This has something to do with me. Whatever's going on here in the bow of this ship, I don't know if it's me or my past and my crew, but I don't know what to make of this. I've just seen this creature destroy my family at sea. And these people that we've encountered, they have it chained in the bottom. They had it chained in the bottom of their ship. Are these people responsible? Are they controlling it?
You're being too harsh on yourself, dear. This absolutely cannot be your fault.
I just don't know if I can even trust the people who are up on the upper deck.
Well, I also don't think this is a coincidence. You know, I've never had a direction where I've gone, and I've always end up at all the places where I need to be by following the signs that my Lord gives me. And if this can't be a coincidence, I think this has to be pursued. I think this is the essence of our journey, or at least part of it.
I know in my heart I need to follow this train to find out what happened to my people. That is,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I need to know how far this goes.
I'm with you as well. We will find this.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
don't have to get to the ball, right now.
If you'll have me, I'll keep following you.
I'll always have you. As long as you'll fit in my pocket.
A big pocket.
That sounds kind of dark, but okay.
I've got a little one right here for you.
Maybe someday, Mara.
Someday.
She's acting a little weird about here. Never mind. That's fine. It's fine. Mara, you're doing good.
This is trauma. I'm sorry.
She's a
She's
little.
literally just seeing her entire clan wiped away. I'd be a little PTSD too.
First,
It had
first
me.
clan wipe. I understand.
Yeah. So sweet.
First clan wipe. As you start to make your way back up, you climb up to the first upper level, and it looks dilapidated suddenly. Things have shifted since the demon's destruction, or rather, return to the Nine Hells. The hammocks that were strewn about are tattered, kind of waving in the little breeze that's coming in. There are some holes in the hull itself. The ladder, the stairway kind of leading up, creaks heavily, and even one of the steps breaks under Savar's weight. It feels like things have shifted. And as you come up to the top deck, you can see that Kiba is there with Orenji. He has his sword out, and there is a single translucent being, a half-elf, off on the bow, kind of plucking at a viola. He has medium-length black hair. It's tied back in what looks to be a felt bow. He has these kind of piercing green eyes and a 5 o'clock shadow that just kind of bursts out from his chin towards the sideburns, becomes very thin as it comes up to his hairline. And there's a sadness to him. He's sitting 1 foot over the edge of the ship, 1 foot on the side of the ship. And as he sees all of you kind of gathered, he takes a deep breath, and you see him start to play sad tune on the viola that he has. And his voice seems to both echo slightly, as if there's reverb attached to it, but also seems very much flighty and like almost on the wind, like very distant. But you hear him sing, "Oh, I've seen the sea, I've seen the sky, I've seen the prettiest girl alive. She waits for me on a distant shore. She's waited now 10 years and more. I've saved me treasure, her jewels and such, to show that love I feel so much. She waits for me, but she will never know. Hades, take me, to Tartarus I go." And as the last note is strum, there is a blue flame that erupts in the middle of the top deck, and it slowly begins to circle clockwise. A second blue flame erupts and circles counterclockwise until the burnt husk of a goat skull emerges and is forged out of the wood planks of this top deck. The skull opens, and a pale, green-scaled Dragonborn comes up as if coming out of a cavern. And as he does, he closes his fist suddenly, and there are spectral chains that look to wrap around his forearm that extend out towards this forlorn singer. And as he yanks, the young half-elf is pulled towards him, and the viola disappears, almost like a conjured treasure. What would the four of you like to do?
I had a lot of thought processes throughout that, and now
Should we speak to the ghost Dragonborn?
is he? Can I ask? Is he dragging him like away from us, or just towards it?
He's dragging it. He's dragging the half elf towards himself and back into the goat skull.
Okay.
Well,
Do we save him?
it looks like, I mean, it looks like he wants to go there, right? He summoned, the half elf summoned via song this portal almost, essentially, right? Like, unless I'm misunderstanding, this guy is going to lead him back into the skull, or no? Is that what it looks like?
Tortiga?
Yeah, Tartarus.
Is he fighting it?
The
Is he
half elf,
resisting?
yeah, the half elf is kind of pulling at the chains around his neck. He's pulling at the chains that are binding him to him. But all of his vocalizations have fallen on deaf ears. Like, you can see him kind of struggling and mouthing things, but there's no sound coming out of him.
Okay, so he seems in trouble.
The Dragonborn yells out, "Your time has come, Breen. You've enjoyed too much of life's fruit."
Who says?
What?
Who says too much? There's so much fruit to enjoy. I think you get to decide by yourself if you've enjoyed enough fruit.
All
I'm
the
down
fruit.
to intercept. Or we can't talk to if he can't sing, probably can't talk. Right?
I'm
You
guessing
can't-
the
Yeah.
chains have muted him.
Yeah.
Or being wrapped
Yeah,
around his neck.
something.
Yeah.
So maybe he got in a little bit over
We
his
know
head.
that he's powerful by singing, so if this thing wants to subdue him, it's gonna have to, it's gonna be
Anybody's-
cutting off his
Well, you
bardly voice.
Let me have Mara make
Savar, you
a
speak Dragonborn.
perception check.
Aye, Captain.
But yeah, Savar does speak Draconic, I hope.
Or Draconic.
You said
Savar does speak
perception.
Draconic. Yes.
Aha! I found it.
I had faith in you all along.
There was a lot of words to read. Oh. 19.
Ooh boy.
Ooh.
21.
Ah.
It's 19 plus 2.
Nice. The second you hear Breen and this Dragonborn starts pulling the half off away, the bow comes undone and the hair falls like a black obsidian cascade over his face. You recognize him. That's Geir Breen. He's part of the crew of the Inky Kraken. You know that the girl he's singing about is his one true love, his childhood sweetheart called Vamiira Haethrou.
Oh my God.
She's the sole heiress to the Haethrou estate in the city of Moses.
Wow. Okay, guys, we have to help him. He's a member of my crew. There's no thought about it. I'm ready to jump in. What are we doing?
Whatever you say. And she, like,
If you
tears
say
up.
jump, we jump.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'll be back here,
I'll be back.
ready to shoot.
You guys want to fight or you want to
Yeah.
talk? We want to try talking?
Shoot first, ask questions later.
I
That's been
speak
our
his
MO this
language, but
entire
I'm
time.
not very good with speaking.
What are you talking
As
about?
we
You're
speak.
great, kid.
Sure. Yes.
Chin up, Savar.
Sorry.
Our MO this entire time has been shoot first and ask questions later. I'm ready. Let's fire this up.
You gonna roll for initiative?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, if that's the course you guys want to take, let's roll for initiative and let's see.
This isn't Sea of Friends, it's Sea of Pirates. Let's
You
go.
know it's Sea of Friends for me, okay?
Just a big therapy ND, the support group. No, don't say that about yourself, kid. You're doing wonderful. Like, nobody talks bad about themselves, so yeah.
Yeah, I love how Tika is the mom of the group, but she's also the first one to stab somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go. I got a god and she is.
They're magical.
I rolled a 23.
Man.
Hot damn.
Rogues.
Oh, Tika actually
Brilliant.
showed up on initiative. I'm surprised. We
I don't
fixed
know
the
what
thing.
happened.
Oh, you
I mean,
did?
it was a real shitty roll, but
It seems like it's
It
not
happened.
working, actually. I should
Yeah,
probably
it's
roll
not-
again. Check.
Oh no, how things are. Hey, it's better than roll 20, which is like predominantly rolls low for everything. So let me see. What? Oh, that's terrible. He gonna go last.
Me?
Ooh,
No. The
Oh,
Dragonborn.
the Dragon.
I'm still after you, Bodhi.
Yeah. Well, by one, Bodhi gets to go before Ika. Excuse me. Okay, so Mara, you having the instinct to just go at this guy because he has a member of your crew, it does reflect in your initiative because you get to start us off. So you either get to talk things down or fire an arrow, run in there and stab.
Okay, well, I am gonna take the stabby stab route because I Listen, I just relived the sinking through the perspective of the murderer of my people, of my crew. I just witnessed that, and I'm ready to fight. This is the vengeance I've been seeking for the last decade. So I out of my pockets wheeled my dual daggers. My dual daggers, and I'm ready to sneak attack.
Let's do some wagger attacks then.
Let's wagger it out.
Oh my god.
All the swagger to the
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to roll hit first. My dice are in slow-mo mode today, so this is like really building anticipation. I'm like,
mine are rolling really slow too.
It like rolls and it like goes onto the side and it's like bang. So dagger to hit is 10 for me. Does that hit?
Your first dagger finds no purchase. His armor, his chain shirt looks to just be, now that you're up close and personal, it's gleaming with magic. Like this person, and he's not translucent like Geyer is. Like he is flesh and bone. And that now also kind of starts to sink in that there might be more going on here. But go ahead and make your second attack if you would so like, since you have two waggers.
So it's my second wagger equipped. I roll to hit. Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is it done? Is it? Oh, yes. 23, please.
Because he does not have his shield out, you do hit.
Oh.
And you have no allies near you, so you are doing sneak attack because you are a swashbuckler.
Perfect. So I roll my damage and then I roll my sneaky.
Sneaky.
My sneaky wagger. Keep that one.
Would you call it a swagger?
Oh, a swagger. Yes. Okay, so I think I rolled a hit on No, wait.
It's damage. Just roll your sneak attack damage now.
I think. Oh, okay. It was just so slow. I forgot that I didn't already do it. Okay, that's okay. Because these dice are not triangles. Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
7 plus 9.
Ooh.
16. Is it too late to like aim for a specific point on him?
No, not at all.
So can I aim for his shield arm?
Sure. It's the arm with the chains anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, that's where I want to aim.
I think that would be where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. Same page.
Yeah. You stab into his arm and you see one of the chains kind of comes loose and drops, and it is the chain that is attached to Geyer's right arm. There's a wince, and he grits his teeth, and you can see the small kind of tendrils of green gas that are building up in his mouth. Savar would recognize that as his breath weapon.
B-dubs.
The ultimate burp.
Yeah. But it is Savar's turn.
So as Savar is running, because he's going to go opposite where Mara is.
Okay.
So he's flanking. They're flanking the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
We don't know his name yet, right? We haven't heard it.
I have not heard it.
Okay. And as he's running, he's going to shout, "Watch out! He's going to breathe something!" And then he's going to go into a rage.
Ooh.
Mm.
And I think it's just going to be a regular rage. I don't know. Yeah, it's a regular rage. And that's bonus. And then he's going to attack with the greatsword.
Okay.
And it's a dirty 20.
You hit.
Okay.
Hell
And
yeah.
that is 6 plus 2 rage damage. I want to say it's 2. Yes. So 8.
8. He is unhappy. And he does kind of look back at you, and in Draconic, he just says, "This does not concern you, kinsman." Brings us to Bahodi.
You're not my buddy, bro. All right. All right. I think I'm 60 feet away from this guy. I'm in range, right?
Easily, yeah. The
Yeah.
boat itself is not longer than 70 feet, so yeah, you're within 40 if you want to
Oh,
be.
we're on a sloop, are we? I see.
Yeah.
No. No. Let's see. I think I'm trying to. Yeah, I'll just fire on him.
Okay.
We'll give him the big dog. Let's bring in the. Let's see if I want to do hellish rebuke.
Well, that's a reaction, so you would have to take damage.
Oh yeah, I gotta take damage first for a rebuke. So
Yeah.
witch's bolt. Sorry, witch's bolt.
Okay, so you're gonna come in within 30 feet.
I got 60 feet on that bad boy.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's 30. You're right. I'm wrong. Why- It says 60 on the description, but it says 30 on the thing. Okay, here we go. Casty.
Yep.
Here we go.
Let's see if you get him.
Oh, I don't think so. I got 11.
Oh no! You see some of the chain links on his armor react, and the lightning is pushed away. It is redirected towards the harmless kind of wood of the ship itself, and you just see what would be almost like a hand imprint for where the lightning strikes the wood, and you just see it start to like burn and smolder.
Well, bad.
And Tika, what would you like to do, seeing all of this transpire?
So, I want to ask a question really quick, like player knowledge wise,
Mhm.
because I feel bad about asking. But would a Dragonborn be considered like a beast? Like, are we considered beasts, creatures?
No, that's more like wolves and bears and
Yes.
things like that.
Okay, excellent. Because that helps me make my decision.
Okay.
So, I am going to. Where are you, little thing? There you are. I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon, my
Oh.
garden shears.
Burn shears come out.
They're going to come out and move them over towards it to attack at it.
Do it. See what happens.
See what happens. Dang. Did it work?
Yeah.
It rolled for me.
Yeah.
Yay!
It rolled to hit, and it rolled its damage.
Yeah,
That's wild. Okay.
we're doing it.
Yeah. A 19 is not enough. You see the shears try to cut into him, and where you would expect the kind of spectral energy to cut clean until the blades meet, you see them stop. And again, his chain links react to the magic being cast, and they just guard him. And the shears end up closing, but as they do, they kind of slide backwards off of him.
Looks like I've got some sharpening to do.
He looks around in an angry tone, and you can see the green smoke coming up, almost like someone vaping. I don't have time for this. And if Tika could give me a spellcraft, Arcana check, you see his hands suddenly start glowing black with necrotic energy. And he goes, swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Oh no! It is not a spell that Tico recognizes. But you see him with an 18 on the die. He puts his hand on Mara, and the black veins extend all over her body. And she just screams in pain like you've never heard her scream before.
My heart. Don't do this to me.
Get
Okay.
your filthy paws off my silky drawers.
I rolled 25 points of damage.
Do we start today at full health?
No,
Because we're rested.
no, because we're picking up right after the fight.
I have 17 points of health.
All right, so you go to 0. Mara drops. Her waggers spin out of her hands as the body collapses. He looks down at Tika. Cut your losses. Let me take him. And he starts to move far enough around. Now that Tika's down, he moves to the other side of Savar. But he's pulling Geyer with him.
Quick question.
Yep.
Technically, my spiritual weapon is a bonus action.
It is correct.
And can I use an action to do spare the dying on Mara?
The window wasn't open until now. No.
Okay.
But you could take an action. You want to try to pop him with an arrow or throw a rock at him.
I feel like she'd be devastated. I could try, but yeah, I'll try and pop off an arrow at him.
Okay. "21 is going to hit.
Yeah, she is fueled by rage right now.
And sure enough, the arrow is justified once you see Mara collapse after he takes his turn. But it brings us to Mara, so let's have you do a death saving throw.
My first one.
Your first one.
Okay, let me find it.
Yeah.
Mara's first death save. We'll make a little plaque.
Okay, death save. Oh. Where do I see this little menu? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So
There
I see
should
failure,
be.
success, and I click on it. It's like HP management, death saves.
I get you. Because I think that's once you've made a death saving throw.
Okay.
Just roll a d20.
Okay, easy breezy.
Yeah, because there are no modifiers to this.
Gotcha.
We'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
No.
Luckily, 10 or more is a success. 2 through 9 is a failure. A 1 is 2 failures. But a natural
I got a
20.
9.
Okay, so that's 1 failure. And Mara is 1 step closer to death.
It's for Geyer.
I won't
Geyer.
quit you.
Save him.
Savar.
So I'm going into a frenzied rage. And I will take that extra point of exhaustion.
Ooh, boy.
So my walking speed is now 15 instead of 30.
Mhm.
But I can't take the second attack yet, but I am going to reckless attack. I do have that, right? I do have reckless?
You do have reckless.
Yeah, I do. So I'm going to reckless attack the Dragonborn.
That's advantage.
With my greatsword. And I fudge does not hit.
Yeah, you have advantage. So it's 2. You take the higher of the 2.
19 though to hit with the greatsword.
You are correct. I apologize. I saw the 10 and I was like, no, your other one has to be higher. But it is, but not enough.
And it rolled too. It rolled from the 18 to the 5, which is great.
18 would have hit.
Yeah.
Your greatsword finds no purchase in his body itself. You just see that he kind of has. It looks like he's fought people who wield heavy weapons before, because he is moving with an anticipation that you haven't seen in people. Bahodi, Mara has just dropped. Savar has let out a roar and gone into a frenzy. How are you reacting? Gesundheit, right?
Well, I can't do much to save Mara.
Technically, you
So-
can.
I mean,
You are an Asimar. But do you want to reveal that to the group?
what does that have to do with? I know I'm an Asimar, but I don't have.
One of the Asimar racial abilities is that you can heal yourself or an ally a number of hit points equal to your level, I believe.
Oh yeah, racial trace, healing hands, right?
Yeah.
Once per rest.
Mhm.
As an action, I can touch a creature and restore 3 hit points.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. So Bahodi comes rushing past. Tika puts his hand on Mara. What is the effect? How is it visible to Tika and Savar? How is your god and
You
your
know how I
lineage?
normally draw in the air
Mhm.
to summon my my cantrips and stuff.
Yeah.
I transcribe them. This is like this is a racial trait, so this one I don't have to draw it. But as my fingertips and palms glow, normally I draw with that in the air, but now all of that like ink, if you want to call it that, just becomes like a glowing ball around my hands, two glowing kind of almost like mittens, if you will. And so my hands light up, the entire hands do, and then I have to touch her.
Okay.
And once I pull my hands off, it leaves a glowing handprint on the creature.
Okay. So Mara has 3 hit points.
That fades.
Yeah.
It fades off, but it takes a while to fade off. It's like it's like there's like an ink mark, if you will.
Yeah. And 2 Bahodi-sized handprints on her
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
But you are no longer dying. You have 3 hit
Right.
points.
And a prayer.
And you are now linked to Bahodi and his god in some way, shape, or form. To his lineage, at least. But it brings us to Tika.
Linked to his lineage. Did y'all just get married? What did I? Can I? I didn't even. Can I catch the bouquet? Anyway. So seeing that Mara is up, which
Yeah.
would make me quite happy. I am. That didn't work last. Okay. So I am going to, as an action, since we did so well with that crossbow, we're gonna try that again.
Okay.
So she's still, she had taken aim, and this kind of happens behind her. She sees it, and so she decides to kind of reload and go for it. That's not great.
Flunk off a shot. Yeah.
It didn't work though.
It didn't hit Savar though.
which is good. Happy with that.
Yeah, so the crossbow bolt just kind of flies a little bit off its target and just thunks into the handrail of the ship.
And then I am going to, as a bonus action,
Mhm.
turn towards Mara, seeing that she needs to get up and stuff, and cast and like from Tika's hands come this shimmering kind of silvery looking light, and it encapsulates and surrounds Mara, and becomes this field that's kind of lightly opaque, giving her a +2 bonus to her AC for
Nice.
up to 10 minutes.
Ooh,
So you have a shield of faith from Saralali.
yeah.
You got
Thank
gods on your
you.
side right now.
Ooh.
Whoo!
So
Gods
much.
on gods.
Yeah.
And I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. The Dragonborn just kind of sighs heavily, and you see him kind of look at all of you. If all of you can make a wisdom saving throw, as he says, kneel, and everything reverberates in your body. There is a sound of not just his voice, but someone else's deep, guttural, very cavernous voice. And for a split second, behind him, you could see this larger than life half elf with just this blue, ice blue beard and this flaming red hair, flaming blue hair that just kind of flickers into this red anger, and mimics the word that you hear and then vanishes the second the spell is finished. What did everybody get? Mara got 11. Tika got 16.
I have bad knees. I don't really know if I should be kneeling,
Yeah.
actually. So I
Savar got 18. What did Bahodi get on his wisdom saving throw?
Still going.
Still going.
Looks like it's going to be a big one, though.
Ooh. I bet.
12.
12. Okay, so Mara ends up kneeling. Ika ends up kneeling. Bahodi ends up kneeling, but Savar manages to fight the compulsion. And
Kneel before Saw.
Savar gets to take an attack of opportunity as he pulls himself back into the goat's mouth.
That's gonna be my great sword. It's not great.
No.
crap.
So you swing, you can hear everybody else kind of taking a knee, and in your anger, you're just so clouded with frustration that, again, the sword swings wide, and with a smile on his face, he kind of puts up his two fingers to his eyebrow, gives you a faux salute, and just vanishes into the goat's mouth, and the blue flame erupts once more, engulfing the whole skull and leaving the ship in the dilapidated state that it's been in.
And he took
He took Geyer Breen with him.
Geyer with him. I'm devastated.
Mara, my dear, my sweet. How are you? How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you up? Are you good? Do you need
Can't
a
save-
bowl of cereal?
Can't save any of my people. But there's nothing I can do. They're too
Well,
strong.
we'll get to that, but there's never not enough time for cereal.
That's true.
Start to a good day.
Any
Good
ocean O's on the ship?
Yeah, right?
Ocean O's,
breakfast.
Some
Muesli,
ore.
frosted
EO.
fish.
Muesli.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Uh.
think we were severely outclassed there.
We couldn't touch him.
Not only that,
Why-
but he hit like a Mack truck.
Not even my garden shears could get through.
Not even the
By the
garden
way,
shears.
do you need a whetstone?
I think I do. Is there a spiritual one? How do you get spiritually wet?
Mm.
Thank you for bringing me back
You know.
and protecting me, guys. I really, I
Right.
can continue my mission now, and that's thanks to you. So I owe you
Yes,
each.
Bodhi, that was quite impressive back there.
Yes,
I hope the
you did a
handprints
thing with
stay.
your hands.
2 minutes ago.
What was? Can everyone do the hands thing?
No,
Should we
I
try
can't.
it?
I can't do it more than I can't do it. I have to take it long. I have to sleep.
Savar, try here.
I have to sleep and meditate for a
I'm
while. Like,
handing. Is anything happening?
Concentrate.
Are you believing in yourself?
I don't see
I'm
anything. You're just
trying
a
my
little
best,
sweaty.
yes.
It's a little sweaty,
It-
man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's all the rage.
It's
I get really
natural
it's-
side effect.
the pores and hypohidrosis.
Wait, touching people's arms is all the rage now? God, these youths, I can't keep up.
Well,
Oh.
clearly, Behodi knows something about touching people's arms because when he does it, lights, magic, action.
Did it hurt? Mara.
doesn't hurt me.
It felt a lot better than dying. That's for sure.
You know?
I was just thinking I want to get it. If these don't stay, I think I should get them tattooed as a remembrance of this moment to keep me pushing forward.
We need to
Okay.
find this other Dragonborn someday.
Why did he want Geyer? Why did it? I mean,
Why did
we
he want
don't.
that sad man?
How did Geyer survive the attack on the Inky Kraken?
Yeah,
I thought everybody.
I thought
died.
everyone was gone. I just found out that one of my
You-
crew is alive, and then
Well,
I watched him get taken. I
would it be possible at all, not, but for a survivor of a crew that you saw get completely taken out, could he have taken them out?
I mean, technically, I heard the explosion. I was not there. I didn't see my people, my crew. I didn't see them die. I heard the explosion, and by the time I got to where my ship was, everyone, it just seemed that there were no survivors. I mean, I waited and I searched and I couldn't find anyone. So maybe he escaped before the explosion. Maybe he was taken. I don't know.
With how close you
Or
got
maybe he did
to
it.
with how close you got to the Dragonborn and to Geyer, Geyer was definitely spectral. He was a ghost.
Yeah, he was translucent. And I tell you now, he wasn't translucent the last time I saw him. So
Okay.
he's a ghost.
What?
And this guy, this Dragonborn that we fought, seemed to summon some sort of power from a person or a being.
Not any god I'm going to be associated
He made me
with.
kneel after he tried to kill me. I mean, this is an insane amount of power. I did not want to kneel before that guy.
I don't want to kneel in general. I had to do it too.
You poor thing. We'll get you some knee pads.
Oh, I want knee pads.
Like the little garden ones, you know?
Yeah.
For when you.
Yes.
Some medieval Crocs that are like made of wood.
With like moss as a soul.
Yeah, like
Can't wait for the fan art.
You've got like little lizards that crawl through the holes. Like they're like, you know, when you look at them.
little ladybugs.
Ladybugs, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have enough information. I think we can't. We don't. He didn't leave anything for us to research. What do we do? Do we
Well, is this ship even in condition to like
sail?
really keep going? I mean, it's looking kind of messy up here, and I'm not going to clean it. I mean, I'll help, but I can't do too much here.
Does anyone know about violas that can summon people?
Well,
I've seen a bard or two be a real good viola player, but not with spectral things.
yeah, and any song is sad. You know, any song is sad of that. You know, that's sung by a ghost like that is going to have additional unforeseen properties sometimes.
Do we assume that because of the song saying that he was drugged down to Tartarus?
Maybe.
Is
that
that
makes
even?
sense.
Does anyone know anything about? Do I know anything about Tartars?
Make a
Which one
religion
you want?
check
Ooh.
to find out.
Nope.
It's
Nope. I don't.
new to you.
I don't think I do.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I know. Tartars, you said? Sorry, just a little hard of hearing in this. Yeah.
I'm looking for religion, but I don't see it. Maybe I don't have.
It's okay. If you don't have it, it is
Oh, I have.
a new name for a few of you. You proficient with religion?
I have a +1.
Does it have the little
Mm-mm.
mark?
I was proficient and I only got a 7, so
Yeah.
I don't think I am proficient, so ignore my roll, please. Apologies.
No problem. Yeah, even with
Everybody
Answers.
doing a check?
no, it's only if you're proficient in religion that you can try to make the roll.
Yeah, no, I just have a +1 as well.
Yeah. It's a name you've never heard of, especially coming from the other side of the wall. It has to be something on this side, you imagine. And as you guys are trying to rack your brain about Geyer, what the Dragonborn must have stood for, what the image and the goat head have to do with anything, the ship suddenly comes to a halt and throws all of you to the floor. And you can see around you other pieces of ships that have gone aground on the coral reef that you just hit.
Shipwreck Bay.
But in the distance, you can see the light of what looks to be a lighthouse because it swoops, disappears, and swoops the horizon again.
In a predictable rhythmic pattern.
Yeah.
Mm.
Going to the aft of the ship, you can see that one of the life rafts is still attached and looks seaworthy. So you could take that and finish your trip to whatever the lighthouse represents.
Where's the rest of the crew of this ship?
Gone. Almost like the ship itself was a derelict and a relic of the past.
Like painted with a visual like we were tricked into thinking it was a new clean ship, and then once the curse was lifted off of it or something, whatever you want to call it, the real how it really looked was revealed to us at the very beginning. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was an old rickety old beat up thing that was just about to drift into this resting spot that we're in right now.
Probably.
Well, do we take the raft, you guys? I mean,
I think we
won't stay on
should.
this boat anymore.
yeah, we have no reason to stay here, I don't think.
I mean, do we have to take the raft and do it through the water? Can we traverse to the lighthouse on land?
It looks like there's some coral reef patches that you could take that'll get you close, but you will have to
Would
do
it be
some
quicker
swimming.
and easier through water?
It might be quicker and easier to go through the water.
Okay. I'm
You
down
know,
with that.
I'm not the best swimmer. I'll be honest. These old bones don't be moving like they used to, you know?
Yeah. I was hoping we could take the land, but like walk down the shoreline. But if it's there's no
Maybe not
guarantee
quite.
that the source of that light is on the shore anyway. It could be out in an island down the middle of the shoal, you know.
Let's take it.
Yeah, let's get in a boat and go.
Yep.
I'm into it.
So it's not a hard voyage. Now that you know what to look for, you can easily skirt the coral reefs that kind of sit out at the edge of this bay that leads to what looks to be this collection of 5 islands. The middle island has the lighthouse in it. And you can see what looks to be a small fjord where the rest of the actual city extends out from. Putting a photo in the chat for you of what it could look like. You pull up to either one of the islands, and people are just coming and going. There's a hustle and bustle. This is a busy port town. But you are interacting with people. You can interact with people. And some of them kind of look down at the dinghy that you're in, then look over towards the reef, and there's an understanding, and you see them kind of like going around asking for help. And there's one dwarf who kind of looks down as you guys are climbing up the rope ladder onto the docks. Any more? Your crew need help? Must not be frequent visitors to Cove City if you've fell for the coral reef.
Definitely not professional navigators here. Cove City, did you say?
Aye, welcome to Cove City. Where are you from?
Around.
Long story.
Understand?
We're trying to figure
She
that
kind of
out.
eyes him up and down from how short she is.
I mean, because you're what, like 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about a foot taller than you, so he's not that tall.
Okay.
He is a dwarf. But yeah, he kind of sees you looking at him. He gives you an eyebrow wiggle. But otherwise he's just like, yeah, this is welcome. If you've never been here before, the 5 islands are where all the trade happens. Anything else, you got to go to the city. Are you here at the bequest of somebody? The one of the houses summon you.
Let's think about this.
Yes, but I can't quite place the name. What are they again? What are the houses here? I'm very old. I forget.
Oh, sure, of course. Well, the largest house, which controls most of the city's House Trice, they deal with trade. I doubt you're here for House Drevik. They're the shipwrights. No offense, but your ship doesn't look like it's in any condition right now to.
Well, we are trying to get our ship right, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Hey.
and yeah, you might be here for House Drevik then. They're housed on the northernmost island. But there's also House Vold, who deals with tradesmen. Are any of you good with a tool?
I've dealt with plenty of tools my day.
I'm pretty good with things, hitting things and hammering and just smashing.
You might be good for House Vold then.
Quite good with the shares.
No, there you are. House Norinth is where all the soldiers and sellswords go through. Your big friend there looks like he might be looking for work there. House Varthol and House Olmonk are mining and lumber, respectively. They're minor houses. They're up on the mainland. House Montar is navigation. They're the ones that plot out the courses. They're the ones that deal with trade costs. Not trade costs. Sorry. They're the ones that deal with the cost of travel. So if you want to book a ship to a certain place, they're the ones that you go to. There's House Ildar, who deal with magic and controlling the weather for most of our ships that leave. And then there's House Breen, which is fishing. So if you have a desire for certain fish, they're the ones to go to.
And who would we go to if we wanted to learn more about just, for example, hypothetically, Tartarus?
Well, I'm not a religious person myself, but I recommend going to one of the priests or the priestesses at the Temple of Poseidon. Can't miss it. The big 4-story marble building center of town.
And where does one find rest around these parts?
Oh, there's taverns and inns aplenty.
Wonderful.
There's the Salt-Kissed Lovers Tavern next to the callboard, in case you're looking for work as well.
Excuse me?
What are you what are you implying of my Mara?
I'm not, but if she doesn't mind a dwarfy beard, then I know a place.
If I had a few more health points, I You're lucky I've had a long day, little one.
Oh, not everything's little.
I turn around and I walk away before I punch this dwarf right in the kisser.
Yep.
I am confused. Is he making a move on her?
Tika takes her quarterstaff and that she uses as kind of a walking stick and does a turnaround and a little stomp with it and aggressively follows Mara.
Okay.
It seems like all my friends are angry, so I am also angry. Goodbye.
He just looks up at Bohodi, who's there, and he's just like, I don't know what I said, but just being honest.
Just shoot him a wink and follow the rest.
Do you want
to? Sorry.
Do you want to explore the islands? You want to go onto the mainland? You did hear that one of the houses is House Breen, which is Geyer's last name.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right. The fishing house.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to learn about maybe Tartarus. I want to check out the Poseidon's temple, but also I want to rest.
Yeah, you got 3 hit points.
Yeah, I would like to have more, please. So, what are you guys feeling? Where do we feel like we want to start? And also, should we check the compass again and see if there's wouldn't it just be wonderful if there were a jade statue here? We could check.
I like the sound of that. I do think that you are looking a little like you need the rest.
Thanks, Var. I don't know how much sleep I can get, but if I really want to fight this, if I really want to get Breen back and find out what happened, I think I need to be at full strength.
Agreed. They should have some ale. Could help you get to sleep.
I appreciate that. It's a great idea. No gambling. Don't let me gamble.
We will do our best to keep you from the gambling.
No shame.
No.
So let's head to the a tavern. There's plenty here. So do we want to start walking down? And
Savar, we definitely won't let her gamble.
Yes, I agree. My eye
And
also
she definitely
itches.
does it. Yeah, she does it like that obnoxiously. Just so yeah.
I love watching you guys gamble, so you'll hear no debates from me.
Should we make way to
wish your God was a lot cooler with letting you partake, but we understand, buddy. We understand.
I'm fine. The pleasure of chance has never tickled my fancy, whether I'm gambling on it or not.
Okay. It's not too difficult to find directions to the Salt-Kissed Lovers Tavern. And as you walk in, you can see that there is a human male behind the counter, kind of cleaning a glass, talking to some of the patrons at the bar, and there is a half-elf young girl kind of walking around with a tray, taking empty cups and bringing orders to tables. There's a stairway to one side that kind of looks like it goes up to the second and third story of the building. Next to the stairway is a hearth where the fire's kind of soft at this point. It's just maybe like 1 or 2 logs. There's a bunch of rugs strewn out in front of it in a kind of semicircle. You can see that there's a couple of gnomes that are sitting on the rug, kind of enjoying a drink and picnic, as it were. There's a couple of booths opposite the wall where the bar extends from. There's a doorway that looks like it leads to a kitchen. You can smell cooked meats and fish kind of coming from there, wafting in and mixing with the salt air that comes in from the door. Couple round tables that make up the bulk of the establishment, and there's about 12.5 seats at the bar, 3 of which are taken right now. And as you enter, the human male kind of waves around and he's like, "Say what you like. I'll have Noara come out and take your order." And she kind of waves when she hears her name.
Tika goes to the closest table because she would like to just sit down.
Okay.
Mara follows.
Yeah. So you all have a
Cigar
table.
joint.
Yeah. You all have a table. Noara comes over. Hello. How can I be of service to you for?
We need
Well-
some ale and some meal. Chicken, something. Meat?
Ales all
Food sounds
around?
nice. We are. Yes. Well, actually, probably not him. And I point to Bodhi.
Oh.
See, I'm
I'm
learning.
good.
He'll have a water. And do you have appetizers at all? Or like any, just maybe like a nice goat chutney or maybe some golden raisins?
We have some chicken skewers. That seems to be popular.
That sounds lovely.
Perfect.
I just don't want to make you have to do more work than you have to, darling. So why don't you just put those in as well, and we'll just get everything out.
Chicken skewers for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds
No-
great.
Nora, before you go, we're new here. You can probably tell. I'm just curious. Does everyone belong to a house, or we've learned about your houses? I'm just curious. Are you in any houses?
No, ma'am. I'm an orphan. I'm not allowed to be in
Oh.
a house. And the owner, Heuris, Mr. Warner over there. She points at the human behind the bar. Mr. Warner was never invited into a house. So
Okay.
no.
Sorry to bother you. Thank you.
Oh, of course. And she kind of nods one last time, expecting like another bit of order, and then she awkwardly makes her way over to the bar, and you hear her. You can see her talking to Heuris, and he starts to pour 3 ales, and then he kind of looks around for a water skin and pours it into a cup. But she goes into the kitchen, and after a moment, she comes back out and brings you the drinks. Here you are.
Thank you.
Of course. She awkwardly again just nods a couple times and backs away.
Well, thank you.
And Tika looks at her drink and kind of bows her head and says a quick little thing under her breath and then just goes for the cheers.
Okay. She did bring you a full-size pint. So
She very shakily goes for the cheers.
both hands are required for this one. But yeah, you guys have the table.
I have a quick question. Do I have to sleep to gain, or does eating help with my health? How do I gain health? What do I need to do before we leave?
Yeah. 6 hours of sleep is usually what's required minimum for a long rest, and then 2 hours of non-strenuous activity. So it's an 8-hour complete cycle.
Okay.
I'll get my
Thank you.
spell slots back anyway. So I turn over to Mara, realizing that you're looking a little frail, and I like set down my drink and I put I take your hands in mine and I cast a little cure wounds on you
Oh,
so that you get 10 healing back.
Oh,
nice.
wonderful. That's a lot. Thank you.
And I go,
Mara, you have to speak your mind more, darling. I'm not gonna know unless I got bad eyes. Just you gotta tell me.
and like
You're so sweet.
Mama needs some love.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
oh my god.
Hey, Mara
Now
just
enjoy that ale.
stares into her ale and swirls it around, not sure if she even wants to drink it. It's been such a long day and she feels utterly defeated, but slightly grateful that she made it through because it got a little dicey there for a moment.
Yeah, outside through the window, you can see the call board that the dwarf was talking about on the docks. People are kind of coming up, looking for things, checking things. There's always a guard that's there. On the other side of the square, you can see another 2-story building that looks like it's fancier than it should be in this side of town, at least from the rest of the buildings. But you can also see that that's where the guards are coming in and out of, so you can imagine that that must be a magistrate building. But Noara comes back after a few minutes and she drops off the first set of skewers. So each of you has a pair of skewered chicken. You can see that there's tomato, onions, and broccoli, and what looks to be like chunks of cauliflower that are strewn in between them. They're drizzled with something that is very reminiscent of like a lemon pepper vinaigrette kind of thing.
Sorry, both Kat and I are just thinking, like,
We're so hungry. No, I'm just
like, that's so
only
good.
because your descriptions are so good. Oh my god.
But it is a juicy piece of chicken.
Oh, hot dang. That sounds amazing. Tika can barely contain herself. She's a hungry thing, and so she makes sure that like everyone grabs one, but she's kind of urging them to do it quickly so she can get it some for her too.
All right, everyone, dig in. Get at it. I mean, come on. We don't want to wait all day. You don't want to get it cold.
I grab a skewer.
Yeah.
Famish. Devour it.
Yeah. There's enough for 2 each, unless somebody's going to be greedy. But otherwise, once you finish the 2 skewers, Noara comes back. She kind of points at some of the cups. She's like, "Do you need any more? Should I take this plate away?"
You know, I'll need another one by the time you get back with one.
And she like goes to take
She nods.
I'm good for now.
All right.
I will take another.
Lavar.
2 more ales, and she kind of looks at Bahodi. Would you like any fruit juice, sir? I can't imagine the
No.
water.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Are there any rooms for rent?
We have
Like,
a
are
couple.
we staying here at this place right here? We sleeping here?
I would like to.
Got a booth in the back or anything? I'm quite small.
We have 2 individual rooms that I know of, but I know that we have at least 3 or 4 of the bunk rooms, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind.
That's fine.
Have you heard Savara snore? I don't know about that.
We've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I'm full. I have my water. I need to go pray. You know, you guys are having some fun. I feel like I need to have some one-on-one time with the near.
Are you okay with praying in a bunk room until
Yeah,
we get there?
I just
Okay.
I just can't do it in this loud, in here, especially if you guys are gonna tie one on a little bit, which I totally am all about. But I can just, I can close my eyes and I can meditate up in the room.
I did want to have maybe a quick discussion about formulating a plan for tomorrow about these houses and maybe what we're thinking about, because seems like we should do that before the second or third round of ale. I'm just, that seems like the right decision.
I think there's
Responsible.
only one choice that we have. I'm not necessarily interested in this town's magics or anything. I want to go to the house. I would like to go to uh Inky Kraken Boy's house.
House
And
of
House
see
Breen.
Green.
House Breen, yes, and see if they know anything about why why he would still be around in a spectral form. That he's usually because there's unfinished business, right? Maybe they could give us some sort of clue about uh who that was who took him and where they took him and why they took him.
And you don't think they'll react poorly to us telling them that he's? Do they know he's passed? Should we get information on where they think he is first?
Yeah, I
What if
mean, we
it's?
can. Yeah, we can come in. We can come in. She used to be on the Inky Kraken. Maybe they don't know the Inky Kraken has been sunk and destroyed. Maybe they don't know he's dead. So we can come in as, people looking to meet up with him. On the waters and see if they know anything about where he's at. If they already know he's dead, then we can play that hand. If they think he's still out in the waters where he went last, then we know
I
they
just
didn't
don't
have
want him to
anything to
run
do with
us
it.
out of town before we learn anything.
That's true. And the
Doesn't
house
sound
is
like they're the
named
biggest.
after him or at least a relative with the same name. So
We can always dip to another house if we need to. I don't think.
that's true.
How are they going to run us out of town with the information that we know? All we're deciding is whether they need to know the information.
Right. So we go in as travelers looking to, who happened upon this area and we saw a name we recognize and want to see if an old friend was here.
There you go.
Noara comes back with the 2 extra ales. She puts 2 keys on the table. She's like, the rooms will be gold each, if that's not an issue.
I don't think it is.
How much?
A gold for each of the rooms per night.
Oh,
I could
think
cover it.
I think we're pretty good with that. Can I ask you a question, Nara?
Or
Do you happen to know anything about the House of Breen?
a little. They're the fishing house. Their symbol is 3 fish stacked with a coin in each of their mouths. They're one of the nicer houses to be affiliated with. The current head of the house is the matron Gina, I believe is what we're supposed to call her, matron Gina.
Damn, Gina.
I don't know. I don't know her full elven name though. Sorry.
it's okay.
That's incredibly helpful. I just know an old friend, and I thought I might stop by and just wanted to see what was going down in Breentown. You know what I mean?
And he was singing that song to his love that he said he left back at home, right?
Unia?
Yeah, maybe we try to find her too. Maybe the greenhouse knows where she is or where we can find her because this, I'm assuming, is his home. So she's
Well,
left back here, right?
it sounds like from the song that and correct me if I'm saying her name wrong. Unaya, thank you, is probably passed, and that's why he was singing the sad song to be reunited with her. She waits for me, Unaya. Hades, take me. To Tartarus I go.
Noara kind of looks at you. She's like, Are you talking about Vamiira Haethrou?"
Yes.
How many Unias are there?
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's a popular name, Mara. Just
Oh, sorry.
That's
Eager to find answers, but a shame. Mara dips her head.
It's the only Unaya in the city that we know of. Her wedding is coming up.
Oh.
Her wedding?
Yeah, she's getting
Oh.
married.
Who's she getting married to?
Lucky groomsman.
She is getting married to someone from House Norinth. It's supposed to be a very powerful move and one that should bring the house much more prestige. So the
A
house
very
is.
happy couple.
I've never seen them, but
Oh,
Huh. The plot thickens.
And just because, for the sake of the story of love, how long have you known the wedding was going to happen? Is this something that really, everybody kind of saw coming?
the wedding was announced last month. I believe that they had been courting for at least a couple of months. I know that a lot of people were talking about how she might have become a spinster.
watch your
Spinster.
language, sweet thing.
Oh.
She kind of blushes and she's like, "Sorry, it's that she loved someone that went to sea and never came back."
Well, that sounds quite tragic. Anything more to that story?
All I know is that he was a member of House Brain.
Ah. You learn something new every day, right, kid?
She nods.
Did we already get the second round? Am I
Yeah.
drinking that?
Yeah, and
Okay.
once there's that kind of awkward silence, she nods again and then starts to back away from the table.
Well, that helps. They know
That's interesting.
Breen. They know Geyer. They know about him.
They know
They know
he's
he's
lost at
gone.
sea.
Maybe
Well,
our
they don't know
angle.
he's lost. They just know he hadn't
never
come
came
back
back.
yet.
Ah.
So she decided to move on. Maybe. Or she got used as a bartering piece to unify these two houses.
Feeling
we
some
know
big buttercup vibes.
that
Mhm.
she's marrying someone from House North, which I
Mhm.
believe is the sellswords and soldier
Mhm.
house.
It is.
So maybe we find her.
We about to go crash a wedding?
Oh yeah, when's the wedding? Did we ask?
Soon.
She just said soon.
I thought it was like in a week or something, but
We'll be able to
Sorry.
find that out easily. Somebody in one of
Yeah.
those two houses on one of those
Let's
5
crash a
islands
wedding.
would be able to answer that for us. We know
And
it's
we
soon.
we also don't know which house Yanaya belongs to, or if she even does belong to a house. We just assume that she might, considering it seems like it could potentially be a political move to have the marriage between the House of Power. Right?
Good assumption.
Safe.
she also
if you
has
can't
I thought
marry
she
for
was
love.
Breen.
Weird.
I thought she's Breen and she's marrying. She's like it was going to be a Breen wedding before, and they were going to you don't have
Could
to be
be.
related to be under the same banner, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It was
We
going to be
don't
a
know
Breen wedding.
how.
Then he
we
left,
don't
and
know.
now they turned her into a dowry to use to unify the two houses. Maybe potentially, sounding like to me.
From what Mara remembers, Vamiira Haethrou is not a member of any of the houses here in Cove City. Like her family's estate is in the city of Moses
Oh, that's right.
on the western side of the map.
Oh.
That's right. I have that written down. Okay. So what if we rest, get a good night's sleep? You guys stay out as long as I need to go rest. So, Hody, if you don't mind, while you're praying, maybe that'll help me.
I'll keep it down.
No, go ahead. I feel connected to your God anyway now. Ever since you saved
Mostly
me.
just a lot of heavy breathing and glowing in my eyeballs.
Perfect.
That
won't be a problem.
That old chestnut. As you two get up, you hear a bunch of coins hit a table and there's a raucous amount of laughter as somebody pulls out a deck of cards, and you see a table of 3. Suddenly, the one with the deck of cards starts shuffling. It's like, anyone down for a game of 3 card?
I stopped dead in my tracks.
And Tika, as he starts to say this out loud, goes, la 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 la.
Tika's pace quickens and she runs upstairs to her room. Or did I say Tika? Sorry, Mara.
Tika.
Sorry.
Just take Tika with you.
You could.
Yeah. So Bahodi and Mara go up to a room they're sharing, leaves Savar and Tika down in the communal area. You see a couple other people. One of the gnomes comes over to the table, and they start to gamble.
I look at Savar and flip him 2 gold pieces and go, get at it, kid.
Savar will go play a game or 2.
Okay. So you hang out at the table. What is Tika going to do while Savar is trying to make money?
I'm watching, like, from right next to him.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
She goes with him. She just doesn't want to do it herself.
I get you.
She got bad eyes, you know? It's hard to see. She doesn't even know when she wins sometimes.
I get you.
It's a lot of rules. I don't want to remember.
Right, of course. And there's a moment where you see him come up, and then he starts coming back down. There's the traditional kind of roller coaster ride that is prevalent in gambling tables. But after a while, kind of everybody's kind of winding down. It's close to midnight, and Savar at this point is up to a total of 7 gold.
Ooh. I don't know, kid. It's up to you, but I'd say take the money and run. I'm getting
I
tired anyway.
agree. We should rest. And I take the 7 gold and run.
Okay.
And you literally run, and Tika's like, thank you. Like, just kind of waddles off, like.
Gotta talk to that kid about cuts. And as you start to follow him up the stairs, you feel the stairway, like each of the steps as you're going up, kind of sink a little lower than they should for your weight. And you just suddenly feel a hand in yours. And there's the soft, sudden weight of somebody's head on your shoulder. This would have been a nice city to see with you.
Bree, you always running into these interesting times, madam.
Vale is weak here.
Does this mean you can stop by more often? Got a lovely group of friends.
You still want me to?
You coy thing. My shoulder is always ready for your tender golden head.
There's a moment, and you can feel the warmth in your hand, and then you suddenly don't feel the weight next to you, and you just hear, I got something for you.
Okay. I'm gonna die.
But
Okay.
you feel the essence vanish around you. You have a
And-
feeling you're going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
Yes. And Tika can't bring herself. She takes a deep breath, and she can't bring herself to look to her side to know that Bree's not there, but she holds the item in her hand and says, I'll check it she knows she's gonna check it when she gets back up to bed, but she's
Yeah.
not just gonna check it on the stairway here.
Remember Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yes.
But yeah, you see Savar has left the door open to the room for you. You can see him. Is Savar the kind of guy that would take the bottom bunk, or do you think he would take the top bunk?
He would take the bottom bunk.
Okay.
Wait.
Are you
Oh, but she's
Savar?
no.
Are you joking?
Oh, so, I didn't think about. I got you. And he climbs up to the top bunk.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about that. And then he
She has a
turns
little
over
giggle.
and is out.
Okay. Yeah. You all get a long rest, well deserved.
Does that heal us all the way?
It does. If you do the long rest button on your character sheet, it should handle all of the things for you. Savar
Needed those spell slots back.
is the first to notice. As you wake up and you see Tika moving around, she's got a little bit more spry in her step.
You're looking good this morning.
And she is. She looks
Feeling good this morning.
10 years younger.
What?
You're looking really good this morning.
Savar, did you just keep drinking? What are you okay? Come here, let me
I-
smell your breath. Oh, Jesus, wash your teeth.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Morning breath. But yeah, looking into the polished surface that you have as a mirror, you see that you've lost a few years. In the good way. You look about a decade younger. Like some of your wrinkles have pulled back in, flattened out.
I'm looking 93 or 103.
Some of your white has receded back into your scalp. There's more of your color.
Oh my goodness.
What
Yeah,
was in those
Savar.
chicken skewers?
Yeah, you're not wrong. We should stay here more often.
Am I also going to get younger? Because I'm only like 25.
Savar is not younger.
Oh, thank God.
Was there like a physical thing that was given to me in my hand?
Yes,
Or
an acorn.
okay. I was gonna say I want to take it out of my pocket and like look at it because now I'm kind of like connecting some dots maybe. And I take it out and I have this acorn.
There's a little sprout that has come up out of the top.
Oh, I love it. Does it look like a real acorn or does it look like a relic-y thing?
It looks like an acorn, but you can tell that there's no way that this would have sprouted without soil. So
Okay.
you can easily assume that if you keep it on your person, it might start to use your life force for its growth.
Oh. Okay, so Tika, I don't necessarily know if she would. I mean, obviously, it's pretty. She tucks it into her pocket and, like, very often will check that it's there.
Okay. But yeah, the four of you can meet down at the communal area for breakfast. You see that there is a different. There's a kind of middle-aged woman behind the bar who kind of waves at the group as you descend, and there's a half-orc kind of walking around, taking orders and kind of being a serving dude. But he sees the four of you come down, and he's just like, "Pick a table. I'll be with you in a moment."
Tika feeling very spry and, loved and warm and fuzzy,
Yeah.
decides to pick a further, more comfortable table this time with a little. She doesn't just have to go to the first one. She scouts them out a good table.
Yeah. Do you think she'd go into a booth?
Mm-hmm. She would slide into a booth.
The back
Nice.
support.
The backs. You're right. But yeah, she kind of does that little like. It's similar to a child, but because of her size, she does that little scoot into the booth.
Yeah.
Where you kind of. She gets tucked in there and waves everybody over.
Yeah. Mara and Bahodi can now see that there is a bit more life to Tika. There's a shift.
Tika, how are you feeling?
Yes, my dear. I'm feeling chipper, chapper, bright and sprightly.
You're looking great.
Well, my dear, you're too kind. I do feel pretty good. I won't lie to you. I think maybe just a good battle and some ale and a little late night cards is what we needed,
How'd that go, by the way? Did you guys play well? Did you guys end up
Came out on top.
7? Let's
7 whole gold.
go.
That
We didn't
pays for the
we didn't get
rooms
into the
and
big
some.
states.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tika, for last night, by the way. I needed some rest, so I appreciate. You know what you did. Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
The half-orc comes over. What can I get for you tonight? This morning.
I'd love some eggs, maybe a nice hash.
Directions to House Breen.
Yeah, maybe some directions would be excellent.
Oh, you can find the houses are in the north part of town. You'll have to go to the House of Justice. It's right off of the magistrate building up there. The Hall of Justice. I apologize.
That doesn't sound intimidating.
He looks out the window and he's like, by the time you get there, you might have to deal with Linriel Quran.
Who?
She's the head magistrate up there.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Oh, also, I heard that just before you go, I heard that there's a wedding coming up.
The Herald
Supposed to be
Wedding?
a big one.
The Herald Wedding. We
Yeah.
don't want to miss it.
Oh.
When is it?
Are you here for the groom or the bride?
The bride.
Little
Oh.
column A, little column B.
There hasn't been a lot of people here for the bride. Rising. How long have you known her?
For quite some time. Back from childhood. We are both from Moses. But I'm just wondering, when is the wedding?
It's
yeah.
in a fortnight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're early. Perfect.
Time to, mingle and get to know people before the big party. You know what I mean?
He nods and he's just like, let me get you these eggs. And he starts making his way to the kitchen.
I
Alright.
do love me some eggs.
Such a great way to start the day, really.
Okay, wedding's in a fortnight.
We have to go to the Hall of Justice first before, and we have to deal with what was the name again? Irene?
The magistrate.
Linriel Quran, I think.
Irene. Linriel Quran.
So close.
Linriel.
Yeah, you were right there.
Yeah, I feel rested. I've had the night. I'm ready. We grab a bite and let's go check out this Hall of Justice. We'll do it the right way, right? We want to blend in. we want to make it so I don't want to go, around the Hall of Justice and cause an issue. Although we aren't really who we say we are, so that might be a problem. We have no way to back that up. So, what do you guys want to do?
I thought Tika had a plan.
I'm to be honest, I'm a bit distracted. I got a lovely visit from my dear Bree last night as we went up the stairs, and she did say that the plane is a bit weaker here. The veil is a bit weaker here, so maybe she'll be able to communicate with me a bit more often. But it was quite lovely. But I keep thinking about it.
The veil's weaker here in this city, on these islands.
That's what she said.
Huh.
Is this why you look like you've shed 10% of your age?
Well, I mean, I feel like that might be a bit of an overstep. Not an overstep, but you might be exaggerating there. But
I'm
I
not
do feel quite good.
Yeah, I'm not questioning any of the mystical stuff I've seen so far in this side of the veil, the Valdstrum. So I'm not surprised by anything at this point.
Yeah, she takes the acorn out of her pocket and kind of holds it in the center of the table and shows it mostly to Bahodi, but for anybody that, is looking at it. And she's just like,
She left me with this, and she's never. I mean, I'm speaking. I think this is true. She's never really been able to leave me like a physical object before. I always feel her presence and her sense, but this, I got this.
Yeah.
It definitely does not look natural to Bahodi. There are spectral roots that look to be coming out of it and creeping into her skin.
Yeah, I have a feeling that in my studies I've heard or seen things of apples of immortality, life-giving,
Mm-hmm.
fruits of trees.
Yeah.
Is it dangerous?
I don't think my Brie would give me something dangerous.
Is it worth
Is it
anything?
dangerous? No, Mara.
No, I don't. I don't see anything. It's obvious that the age reduction is tied to the life of the acorn is
You think
transferring
so?
itself to you. I don't know.
Well,
It looks that way to me. I don't know.
How young can it make you? Can it make you a baby?
I don't think I do very well as a baby.
I know. That's what I'm concerned about.
I don't think it just keeps draining you. I think it gives you a set amount.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Do I have to keep it alive and plant it someday and then turn into a supervillain and build a castle around it so that nobody breaks my tree?
A treehouse.
Well,
Hmm.
no, it'd be to protect the tree.
Well,
I'd
around
be
the
interested
tree.
to see
Tree
what
fence.
happens if you didn't have it. I don't want you to let it go, but I don't know if it's like a permanent, effect.
I don't want to find out yet.
She tucks it
I don't
back in her
blame you.
pocket.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
And at that point,
Let's just see if this thing can make me a brunette again before we go running around.
the half-orc comes over.
You're spry enough as it is. I can't have you being any younger and feistier than
Can
you are.
you imagine? But he brings a big plate of eggs, 4 smaller plates for all of you to share. He puts down a percolator that is currently kind of spewing smoke and 4 mugs. He's like, I can bring toast and bacon if you'd like, but I figured you would enjoy some coffee.
You would be right, good sir. And she grabs one of the mugs or whatever.
Yeah. He goes back into the kitchen. But you have breakfast He brings you your toast and some bacon for all of you. You drink the coffee. He brings you honey so you can sweeten it if you want to. Some goat's milk. But you guys take off for
Goat's milk.
the Hall of Justice.
Tika looks at the goat's milk, remembering the goat head on the ship, and she's kind of like, and pushes it away.
Nice.
Yeah,
She's over goats for a little bit,
just a little
She's-
bit.
Just a little bit.
But you make your way to the north end of town, and you see a similar building to the magistrate building that you left in the south part of town. It's a 2-story building, but this one actually has a very thin, reinforced fence that kind of goes up about 15 feet and curves in. It looks like this is a little bit bigger. As far as the building is concerned, it almost looks like you can see windows on the floors that have been carved out for what looks to be dungeon rooms. So you can imagine that this is the magistrate building that kind of handles more of the dirty work. But as you walk in, you do see that there is a stairway that leads up. Right near the entrance, there's a big desk where you can see a dwarf kind of working. He has the magistrate uniform of the city, just a simple kind of dark blue, and they have a red stripe that kind of comes from the shoulder down to the elbow, and depending on the number of stripes is the kind of rank you've started to figure out. But the stairway does have a sign that says this way to the house hall. And if you go upstairs, you will see that the room up here is just a large kind of communal room. There's a few benches for people to kind of sit and wait to be called on in the center of the room. And there are 9 doors, one represented to each house. The one at the head, at the far end, has 3 sailboats on a sea of coins. And it just has the name Trice. The one to its left has a sailboat aft with crossed wands on the flag. And it has the name Ildar. To the right is a bundle of cloth crossed with 3 planks, a hammer centered in the foreground, and 4 nails, 2 on either side of the hammer. And the name is Drevik. To the left-hand side of the hall, you see 3 fish stacked with a coin in each of their mouths. The name Breen. On the left-hand side, again, also you see a circle of tools, a hammer, a saw, a crowbar, a sewing needle, a knife, a dowsing rod, a cleaver, and a ladle. And the name is Vold. The 2 on the right-hand side, one of them has a constellation of what looks to be a humanoid with a compass for a heart, and the name is Montar. And the last of the large double doors have an axe and a sword crossed, a pair of bows in the background pointing up, and a crossbow pointing down, a quiver of arrows to one side and a quiver of bolts to the other. And then there's 2 simple doors, one on either side of the hall. One has 2 crossed mining pickaxes with a small mound of gold nuggets, a small mound of silver nuggets, and a small mound of copper nuggets falling into the foreground. And there's a jewel that sits in the center of that. And the name is Varthil. And on the opposite side, there's 4 felled trees pointing in the cardinal directions, and this has the name Olmank. You are in the Hall of Houses. How do you want to proceed?
I've never done that well with options. I know we're going the fish one, right?
House Breen.
Yeah, 3
They-
fish, coin in the mouth.
Yeah.
They're the sailors and fishers, yeah.
Red nose. Tika.
Not so much.
Tika, she's a little, She's getting it back though. Apparently, she's
Mm.
starting to come back.
Whittier. Well, I think Mara looks, to her companions and
Mhm.
shoulders forward.
I mean, it
Towards
seems to be a very
Breen.
popular area. It's not like we gotta check the doors for traps or anything. We're just going to the House of Breen, right?
Yep.
Grab your
She
tackle
walks up to the
boxes.
door.
Let's go.
Yeah, should have brought a fish.
There's nobody sitting on the bench in front of the double doors. And when you open it, you see that there's a very simple desk in the center of this first room. There's a very simple door behind the desk. There's a few fishing rods that have been placed up for display. There's names that none of you recognize. Yeah, that kind of belong for the people that they belong to. And there's a measurement of a fish, the kind of fish, and the measurement of the fish that was caught with that fishing rod. And to the other side, you have like a small bookshelf with a painting hanging over it of what looks to be the reef, the coral reef that your ship crashed into. But there are no ships that have crashed into this reef. It is just a clean reef picture of painting of it, rather. You can imagine that this must have been one of the first few paintings that was painted in or around the Cove City. But the young half-elf girl looks up as you enter. She closes what looks to be an art book, kind of art journal that she has that she was drawing in. And she smiles up at you. How can I be of service to you?
Well, hello. My travel companions and I were here to learn more about House Breen. Would that be all right?
Oh, of course, of course.
Any pamphlets or?
We don't, unfortunately. Are you looking to petition House Brain?
Potentially.
We have a very thorough screening process. We are always looking for people who wish to help out with the fishing industry, of course. We are happy to announce that we are moving further north than ever before, and that we have secured the rights to do some fishing off of the frozen wall near the Dwarven Empire. If you like any of the fish from the north, you can rest assured that we are always looking for someone to fill those ships. And she looks over at Savar. I hear there's good whaling up there, so they would definitely use someone of your stature.
This sounds very intriguing to me.
You get to ride whales up there?
Kill them.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think it. I think it's a more of a for the materials and yes.
You made me believe in a slightly more magical world.
If you can't sell it, it doesn't exist.
Bodhi.
And how long has House Breen been around? Are you a newly established?
No. House Breen is one of the original 7 houses. We were founded shortly after the city was made legitimate. So before, when it was mostly pirates, Breen was a trading house. And then once Ethan Trice decided to do away with the pirates' code and make the city a city worthy of law and order, the other houses kind of fell in or sought refuge in other places. But the original 4 were Trice, Breen, Montar, and Ildar.
Breen just sounds so familiar to me.
Hmm.
Breen. Breen, why would I know that name? Is it a who was Breen?
A spokesperson was someone that left about 12 years ago now. He has, until recently, we believe that he had been traveling the world, kind of spreading the contacts and trying to earn us favor with several other people. But that would have been Lord Breen. He's been missing now. No one has seen him in the last 3 years.
3 years he's been gone.
Well, 3 years since we last heard from him.
3 years since you last heard from him.
He was, I believe, he had stopped into Moses. And he had tried to make something of himself over there.
Thank you
Mhm.
for your time.
Of course.
What do you wedding?
Oh. Will you be attending the wedding?
No, ma'am, I did not get an invitation.
Hmm.
Select group of people.
This is not a big one for the whole city. I see.
We heard that not a lot of people were invited by the bride's side.
It has been difficult to get word out to Moses.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Travel through the southern pass has been difficult as of late because of the reemergence of something nefarious in a shielder. And also, there has been rumors of the Titan that was imprisoned in the glacier stirring. And going through the north requires us to have permission from the Dwarven Empire. They gave non-dwarves a very hard time. Which is why we've been pushing to get more dwarves and halflings and gnomes representing House Breen. She kind of smiles at Tika. Also, there seems to be some kind of antagonization between the Orc city of Hagnar and the Drow Empire of Ashgard. Well, things are tough.
Sounds like
see.
quite a conundrum.
Mm.
And I'm just really curious because it's such a fascinating story you told. What do you think happened to Geyer, you said? Geyer Breen? He's been missing. What do you think happened?
If I had to imagine something, I would hope that he found someone to just settle down with. Running the business did not agree with him. Running the house, rather, did not agree with him. He was not a man to take responsibility kindly. And so, just hope that he found someone that he could grow old with. Away from all of this.
Yeah,
Well-
me too.
Yeah. A random thing as well. Just so sorry to bother you with this question, but have you noticed any does this cove have any sort of history of being a little bit more magical, or I would say maybe, I don't know, just to throw words out there, like closer to the Vale than other places? Or am I just, seeing things?
There's talk of sometimes as we get closer to the winter equinox, some of the fallen have come back, but it's rare, and I think there's unfortunately there are some spirits who have left either Tartarus or even the Elysian Fields sometimes to visit family members, but I believe that Hades has scions all over the world, dragging these lost souls back to where they belong.
Scions.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen one?
I saw one, but I didn't know it was him until later.
What do you look like?
Oh, he had a tiefling associate who was dark red, almost purple, very fancy gentleman, gold bands on his horns, gold rings, several bracers and bracelets of different metals, and the scion himself, though, was, I believe, a dragonborn, like your friend here.
Interesting.
Oh.
It is very interesting. Was he perhaps a green-scaled dragonborn?
I don't remember, and to be frank, all of you tend to look alike the more you see them. No offense.
Okay, just casual racism. Okay.
But yeah, she's like, I think they called him Mad Jax.
Ooh.
Good old Mad Jax.
I like this already.
And the second she says Mad Jax, Mara recalls a story of one set of pirates who had a dragonborn crewmate that they keelhauled 7 times because he refused to die. And if I'm getting keel hauling correct, that's when they tie you to a rope, take the rope around the bottom of the ship, and then drag you so that you are scraped up by all of the barnacles and all of the things that are attached to the bottom of the ship. So he was given 7 rides along the bottom of the ship he was a part of. And then they left him for dead.
No wonder he's a little bitter.
Some big supervillain energy right there. Ugh.
Yeah, I wonder how I know that story. Was that my ship?
It was not your ship.
Doesn't sound like something we would do
No.
at all.
But it was definitely a ship that you tried to stay away from. You don't remember the name of the ship. You don't remember the name of the ships because this pirate had at least 3 under his banner. But you do remember his name was Eric.
The pirate, the captain.
Captain Eric Stormbender.
Interesting. Another question. When you said that during or nearing the winter solstice, spirits can sometimes come back to visit.
Hmm.
Do they ever stay?
Some push their luck, which is why Hades has sent out his scions in response.
Just curious.
So it's a really bad idea if they stick around.
It wouldn't be the best thing.
You're asking the wrong person to say if it's the best thing.
I've never had anyone come back for me or anyone in my family. But I can only imagine the torture you would put yourself through to do that kind of thing.
It's a tough decision. It's a tough call.
She opens a drawer and she pulls out 4 sheets with writing on them. So here are your applications.
Sweet writing, something I'm good at.
I mean, she already asked me if I wanted to work security. I mean, that sounds kind of fun. I'm Tika the bouncer.
We'll take these with us, right, guys? We'll take these with us.
We'll think about it.
We're gonna
Mhm.
think about it. Maybe talk to some other houses. You said Trice is kind of the showrunner here, so make sure that. But I think that there's a great possibility that we have a future together.
I hope so. Some of the other houses won't have as competitive pay as we produce.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I appreciate the information.
Of course.
Don't
Should've
call
known we're-
us. We'll call
Good to know
you.
we look like we're top dollar material.
Yeah, I feel like I want to I want to get away from maybe even the Hall of Justice for a second, step outside and have a chat.
Okay.
Because we just got a lot of information.
You sure did. Yeah. You guys go outside. Busy street, but you can find a corner to kind of hang out in.
It would be
So-
so nice to have Bree back.
Oh, I wonder if that's what Geyer was trying to do. So maybe Geyer did pass and he came back to try to see. I mean, who knows?
Was that just
You-
if he's
The
trying
veil-
to come back?
Then why did he
Maybe
leave?
that's one of the torturous things that he's had to do is go into this skull thing. I don't.
Or
I
maybe
would
he
do
found out
anything.
about the
I would
wedding.
go through any goat skull.
That's true.
Maybe he did find out about the wedding.
Yeah.
And that's why he went back. I mean, when we saw him, he looked devastated.
We need to find out about Tartarus as well.
Right. It's the second time we've heard that. And I mean, I wonder if he went and saw Unaya. I wonder what if she knows that he's trying to come back. Maybe we should talk to her before the wedding.
That's
I've
his
been wanting
opinion
to
I'd
find
want
her
most.
since we got here.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't belong to a house. I'll go run in and ask. Maybe the
But-
fish person knows.
Yeah,
Most-
and if she does, I'm really curious since she doesn't belong to a house, how this wedding is going to unify those two houses and strengthen those two houses.
I'm also wondering how truthful, just because I'm always a bit on edge on this, how truthful it is that they're having trouble getting stuff to Moses. If this seems like she's not much of a dowry, not saying anything on her, I'm sure she's absolutely lovely. But if she doesn't belong to a house, and they're not inviting people from her family, and they're saying it's difficult to do that, I would be very interested to talk with her to see if she's invested in this wedding as the town seems to be.
Yeah, how's this houseless bride a bargaining chip? You know, I'm unclear about that,
Yeah.
but I think that could tell us some things.
I've been
Where
called
do we
worse
want to go
things than a
first?
houseless bride in my day, so
Do we want to track her? Do we want to track her down? Do we want to go?
Yeah. Let's.
She
I
has to
think
have.
so.
She has to have tons of handmaidens, and I don't know. Assuming
Well,
that
I
she's
just
wealthy enough to marry this guy, or
I think we're gonna run into more problems than we think. I think she's gonna be under like some lock and key type shit.
maybe even magically mind controlled.
I
Under-
didn't say it. Bodhi did.
Well, I'm always thinking that it's magically oriented. That's how I roll.
You're just a magic man, Bodhi,
Well,
or
Have you guys?
whatever
I
you
like when
are.
you look into my eyes when you say that.
Oh goodness!
Yeah,
If I get any younger, you watch out.
I know. I'm hoping that acorn's got no limits. It's not like I could do anything with it anyway. There's only one love in my life, and that is my god Daenerys. So you're gorgeous, but you'd always be second fiddle.
Well, the near to far, wherever you are, Bodhi, just call me up.
Oh, you can have inspiration for that.
Yay! Nice.
That was beautiful.
Love that.
Yeah, and as you guys are talking outside, you suddenly hear this gravelly voice, Marav here.
Ooh, all like that.
Hello.
I'll be damned. They told us the truth. And you see what looks to be a small group of people. All of them kind of wearing these same leather tunics, same kind of breeches. You don't recognize any of the boat insignias that they have on them, but you do see that the one pointing at you has this seal or this patch on right above like where his heart would be. You can't make it out from here in the distance, but there's a total of 6 of them.
They're all on the same team.
Yeah.
They're all on
And,
the same rugby team.
and the one
Got
that's
their names on the
pointing,
back.
yeah, the one that's pointing at Mara, just like
One guy's got the elite patch, and the rest of them are all his henchmen. Is that what's going on
That's-
here in my mind?
that's more or less how it's supposed to look like.
Mhm.
They're going to win the big race.
Oh, do not get in our way.
Do not try to fight.
The one pointing at Mara and looks over at the rest of you. It's a shame. She's gonna make you as dead as the rest of her crew.
Oh yeah, well I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. I want to shoot this guy in the face.
Do it, and then we'll roll for initiative. You get a surprise round.
Damn.
Hot damn.
All right. But I can't use the spell. This is a crossbow shot.
Oh. I thought you would Eldritch Blast him.
I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait. I want to see if I can. I only have 2 spells. So I want to see if I can make better use of them.
Yeah, but
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast is a cantrip, so you can use that to your heart's content.
It is.
But you do you. You want to shoot him with a crossbow, shoot him with a crossbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him with a crossbow.
Do it.
I'll never get to use my crossbow. Well, I wanted to, it's kind of like Bash, just talk shit. They gave him the I'm rubber, you're glue, and I just want to pull out a crossbow.
Yeah.
So I'm preloaded on my back. Nobody gets to see me use it, like when Legolas uses his blades.
Right?
All right, here we go. We're rolling it.
Do it.
Did it. Again, this is at the guy with. It's the guy with the badge too. I'm shooting at.
Oh.
You little bitch! Let's go. It was on 18 and then it rolled to 2.
Oh no!
6.
All right, so the crossbow bolt goes wide. You see it hit a sign.
That's why I don't pull this thing out.
Yep. And the sign is for an establishment called the Collected Collectibles, and you just see this angry gnome just come up to the window and just shake his fist at the group gathered there. Yeah, hit me those initiatives. Let's get this party going.
17.
What the shit?
20 for me.
16.
I got a 9. I'm gonna run to the bathroom right quick because I obviously am very late in the initiative.
All right. So 9 for Tika. 20
You
for
don't use it,
Savar.
you lose it, boy.
Yeah, all right. What do you got? A 16. All right, Mara got a 17.
I had a nickel every time I said that.
Right? Okay, so we get to start with Savar. There are 5 pirate-looking people standing in front of the one pointing and talking. How would you like to proceed?
So wait, they're in front of him, like they're blocking him?
Yeah. There's like 3
Okay.
3 directly in front of him and then 2 on either side of him.
I will go for right in front of that middle person, that group of 3.
Okay.
And then I will go into a rage.
Oh. So angry.
And I am, but it's more like the fiery rage of like just a good fight.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna attack
Such
that
a
middle
nice
person.
guy. The rest of the time, he's like a kettle that boils over. You
Yeah.
know, whenever he lets out, it's a big steam. You know,
I love the judge.
100%.
builds up, and he's like, everything's fine.
Yeah, I love the juxtaposition of how gentle he is with like Tika and everybody else, and then he's just like the first thing that happens, I go
The
into a
Incredible
rage.
And I go into
Oh,
a
smash is right, Kirby.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to reckless attack
Ooh.
that middle guy with my greatsword.
Eyes closed club. Let's go.
Do it.
Eyes closed, just
So
windmilling.
that's
Just
my first
swing
one.
wild.
It's a 22 for the first, and then a 6 for the second.
So the 22 is gonna hit.
And that's gonna be
Wow.
plus the 2, so 14 total.
14 total. You cut him in half. There is the trademark Kurosawa spurt of blood that covers one of the walls. One of the guys is to his left is completely covered in blood, and he just starts screaming. And you hear him, I wasn't paid for this. You did your action, you did your bonus action, you moved in, so you're good. Brings us to Mara. How do you want to handle these chumps?
I'm torn because I want information as
Right.
well. They're hired. They were hired. Why? And they know my name. I don't know their names.
Correct?
So I think with the intent to wound and disarm, is that an option that I can?
You can do subdual damage, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get out the waggers.
No.
And
The swagger.
yeah, if they've heard of me, they've heard of my swagger daggers.
Swagger.
So they know
Do you
what's
have a
coming.
name for each one of them?
Ooh.
Tweedlewagger and Tweedlewugger. I don't know. Let me work on the names.
Yeah.
That's not it. Okay, that wasn't it.
Yeah. Rogue Squadron and Gold Squadron. That's what they are.
Yes.
Law and order. Bum, bum.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
So the first guy's the leader. He's where is he now?
He's in the back of the group. Everybody else is kind of between you and him. And as Savar kind of rushed forward and cleaved the middle guy in twain, the one to his left who got spurted with the majority of the blood just started screaming about how he wasn't paid enough for this.
Ah, okay.
But the other guy is like pulling out a rapier.
Mara looks directly into the eyes of the leader and says, "This is your last chance. Whatever you're being paid isn't worth it. Do you find it worth your life?"
He just
I'm asking.
spits at the ground in front of him.
You son of a bitch.
All right. Well, that was your chance.
Them's fighting words.
I'm going to roll for my first dagger.
Who are you attacking?
I want to sorry?
That one's named Salt, right? The other one's Pepper. We're
Yeah.
still throwing out names.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
I like the theme.
I'm sorry. Do I have a direct shot without throwing my dagger to Honcho Man?
No, you would have to throw the dagger.
I'm going to throw the dagger. I'm going to throw the dagger at him, and I'm going to aim right for that patch above his heart.
Okay. Roll your attack. $23 on the first one. Remember sneak attack, because there's nobody next to him.
Oops, I gotta go to this page.
Bodhi.
Oof. 6 from just a dagger.
That's beefy.
Yep. 2 dice 6 from sneak attack.
Plus 7.
Wow. 13 total. We hardly knew ye.
Right to the middle of the head.
Yeah. The dagger flies true, and you see it just embed itself right where the patch is, and you just see his eyes glaze over, and there's this moment where he kind of has a grimace on his face, and then he just hits his knees and falls forward and collapses. You can still throw your second dagger, your second wagger.
Can I? I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but if I have the wagger in my hand, I look at the other members. You've lost your leader. You still want to fight?
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Yeah, get it.
What you got?
If
Let's go,
Savar
Mara.
growls when she says this, can he help her with the check?
I'll add a Ep.4 to that. No, I mean she doesn't need it. Got a 19.
Oh.
Thanks, though.
Yeah. And I did roll a 4. So, yeah, you see all of them kind of look. They see the dead body. They see the one that's kind of still spurting blood from either half. And they all just kind of put their rapiers down. They're like, "We're done here. Thanks." And they start to back
Tika.
away.
Are they running
Like-
away?
No, they're
Let's stop 'em.
stepping away.
We want to ask them some questions, right, guys?
Yeah.
What's Tika gonna do?
Oh, I was just gonna say Tika kind of cracks her neck and she's like, "Good thing I didn't have to get involved. These kids would have really known what was up.
Yeah, you would have given them the what have you.
I would have put them over my knee, you know?
Yeah. There's not a lot of space there.
You know, there's enough."
Yeah. I'm nodding at Tika while I go over to the sign, pull my crossbow bolt out, and shake it at the guys who are backing up and be like, "Yeah, you want some more of this?"
I thought we were trying to talk to them.
Yeah. Talk to us, or you're going to get some more of this. Missed
Oh.
crossbow bolts.
Mara walks up towards the group of people who are, I guess, slowly backing away.
Yeah.
And
They
says,
stop once you start moving towards them.
Perfect. I walk up to the body on the floor of their leader and pull my dagger out of the chest, which has the insignia stuck through.
Sure.
Peel it off. and inspect it.
The insignia
Do-do-do-do-do.
is
Inspector Mara.
a pair of eyes that look to be underwater. Excuse me. There are 6 tentacles that are coiled around the patch edge itself, and 2 tentacles that are coiled in the bottom of the patch itself as if offering something.
Does Mara recognize this?
She does not.
Bahodi, she calls out.
Yay.
Have you ever seen this before?
It
Shows the
doesn't
patch.
look anything Arcana oriented. It looks more like it's a class or a clan or something like that. I thought it'd be more
We didn't see
up
that.
your alley, like a rank of sailors or maybe we could probably inquire about them in the in the sellswords at the sellsword
like,
house.
I don't remember seeing anything like that in the Hall of Doors, so it must not be a house from here if it's
Me
if that's what
neither.
it is.
The guy that was the first to be like, I wasn't paid enough for this, he pipes up. He's like, listen, we were promised a set fee, 20 copper pieces to just rough you people up. We don't belong to that organization or whatever that is. Can we just leave?
You're telling me you know nothing about this patch at all?
Times are tough, lady. All we wanted was the copper.
Makes sense to me.
Well, who hired you?
You don't even know who you're standing for. Yeah.
He points at the guy on the floor. That guy?
And who hired him?
That I don't know. I wasn't getting paid to ask questions.
Well, should we let him go?
Not before I hit him with a ray of frost. No,
Do we need to pay him off, you think? Should we give him half?
we killed the leader and old Savar Sevi over there split a guy in half, Darth Maul style.
We've got a fortnight before this wedding. I don't
Yeah.
want to get run out of town.
Yeah. But we also were attacked first. They came at us first, so
Yes, this was all self-defense. I don't know how comfortable I feel paying them for us not dying.
No, I'm not paying these guys a dime. Their payment is getting to escape with their life.
I guess that's true.
If
That's
you
But
true.
I do think we should, as a preventative measure, take their weapons and any gold they have, so that
That's
they
a
don't
good point.
continue to do this.
That's a great point.
teach them a lesson.
Can I loot the
Yes.
body of the leader?
Sure.
Does he have any gold for me or weapons?
He sure does. He has 1 gold piece on him, 4 silver pieces, and 23 copper pieces.
Cool.
And he also has a vial of what looks to be this dark green, slow-moving ooze, like a sauce, that has a note that's been bound to it.
What does it say?
If you open it, it just says, a gift for Vandal Trice.
Oh, we've heard this name.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't seem.
Isn't that one of the houses?
Yeah, Trice is the head house.
Well, it doesn't mean
But
that
not
that's
the
who
one
this
that
guy
she's
is.
marrying into.
No,
She's
marrying into, I think, Norris.
House Norwich, yeah, or Norwith. Can I do an Arcana check on this potion?
Sure.
See if it has any magical properties, and if they are, what they are.
Yeah. You dip your finger in, you kind of dab a little bit on your tongue.
A little aggressive. I was gonna shake it up.
Just gotta give it a taste.
Nibble.
Yeah.
14.
14. But sure enough, you give it a little.
And I'm proficient. I'm proficient.
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah, you give it a little taste, and then you immediately spit it out of your mouth. It is a vial of poison.
Okay. So, you see what is happening here, right? This guy was hired by House Trees to take you out, Mara, and he was just told he was going to rough you up, maybe give you a little cut or whatever. But it
The
was going to
note said
be
a gift for Vandal Trice.
Right, right. So Trice hires this guy, gives him the poison, says poison your dagger, make sure it's a fatal blow, or he is Vandal Trice himself, one of the two, or
I
Oh.
thought a
he's either
gift
House
for
Trice or
making.
hired by House Trice.
I took it as a gift for like the job after roughing me up was to go poison Vandal Trice.
Ah,
Yeah.
alright.
But we don't know. It could be taken either of these ways could be right. And we killed the guy who had the answers. So
Well,
sorry
you-
about that.
Collateral damage.
It was on me. I'm
I don't
still
feel
dealing
an
with the
ounce
very
of guilt here.
yeah, I've a lot of PTSD going on. Sorry. La Poisson. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Okay.
taking the goal,
Options.
obviously.
Yeah, snatch that up.
Sorry about that.
I'm taking the poison potion.
Fine by me.
Actually, do you want it, Tika?
Is that a threat?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, you not only can heal things, but you can also use it. You may be able to use it, utilize it more than I can. With your weapons, coating your weapons in it or something like that. I don't think I'm going to be pulling my crossbow out anytime soon.
Poisonous
Sure,
garden
no,
shears.
I'd have fun dipping my crossbow bolts into some.
Your garden
Poison.
shears or whatever.
Yeah.
After you
Well,
sharpen
that's
them.
a spiritual weapon. I can't really dip it into anything, but it was a good try.
All right. Well, sorry.
And I
All
actually
right.
have poison resistance, so I'm fine carrying this around.
Good to go. Well, here you go. It's on you then.
I've tried so many potions in my life that they don't even affect me anymore.
Living life on the road like Keith Richards. I
If
see.
you have any questions, kids,
I've,
pockets it.
I've seen some
Mara
shit.
can't stop thinking about this Kraken insignia.
Hmm.
And she asked the group, do you guys think this has anything to do with the Kraken that attacked our ship?
Maybe.
Or the inky Kraken that was your ship.
Or the Inky Kraken that was my ship? That was the name of my ship.
What?
The vessel
Okay.
that was.
Do
But it's
you
not my
happen to know-
insignia.
Yeah, but do you happen to know if someone else assumed command of a ship that they've named? It's like the Inky Kraken Part 2.
I mean, to my knowledge, I am the lone survivor of the Inky Kraken. The last person
Obviously
that
not, because Breen survived.
Breen's spirit. So maybe he didn't. Maybe Breen is just visiting through the veil.
He needed closure and he got,
Okay.
or he was dead and this recent wedding has ripped his spirit out of the afterlife
Yes.
in an
Yeah.
attempt to stop
Was
this for whatever reason.
Was
There's
it
a lot
about
of
3
things.
years ago that the ship went down?
Yeah, how long ago was it?
I don't think I specified, so we'll ask the storyteller.
You can decide. It's your chunk of the story.
Because if it was about 3 years, then that means that he probably did die on the ship and has somehow been able to come back through the veil. But if it was shorter or longer than that, then he died some other way. It can't be,
Hmm.
or no, longer. I don't
You
know.
know who
Right,
might
because they've heard
know?
him in the last 3 years.
You know who
They've heard
might know?
Who?
This Treese guy who this gift was for.
Or potentially from. Or who else might know?
You know him?
No, I'm just
Them?
assuming that since it seems to be tied in to the symbol and this guy has a bottle with a gift for this guy, that maybe Treese would know what the symbol means or where it comes from.
That's a
Hopefully
great
he'd be
point.
on our side with our story if he believes us.
We kind of need to talk to him anyway, don't we?
Well, it's either him or Unayam. We don't know where she is.
Hmm.
But I bet we
Do you
can
think he'll
find
know?
potentially. He could.
Mhm.
So
We
I mean,
should
we're
yeah.
standing outside the hall now. We can just head back in and see if because thrice. I mean, we can go into the thrice one. The thrice
Sure.
doors.
Group of
Yeah, I'd go
guards.
to the door.
Group of guards comes out with the angry gnome that was shaking his fist at you. And you see the guards come over and they arrest the the 4 that were survivors. And one of them kind of comes over to you. Tall human, short, tousled, kind of sandy hair, soft brown eyes. He wearing the armor of the city guard. He comes over. He's like, Ubrin here says that he saw you get attacked by these gentlemen. Is this true?
It's very true.
Yes, I was quite afraid for my life.
He looks up at you.
Never afraid.
Yeah, I bet you were afraid for your life.
Oh, I wasn't afraid for my life at all, but I just thought it was kind of a big move, you know. And I'm terrifying. Have you met me?
No, I haven't. All right. If we can just get your statements, we'll put these ruffians in the hold underneath, and kind of motions, and they start dragging them into the Hall of Justice.
Yeah. Big guy pointed, said, there she is. Mara, which is her name. Get her. They came at us. We defended ourselves. Once the 2 were down, the other 4 didn't want anything to do with it and said that they were paid to come get us. So that's the statement.
All right. And he gets a statement from everybody, writes it down.
Well, do you know what this symbol is? One of them was wearing this symbol, guardy guard. This octopus symbol is. Do you know what this is?
He looks at it, and he's just like, you said this man was wearing it?
Indeed.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, I know what it is. Fuck. And you see him
What?
kick something on the street. I thought we were done with these assholes.
Ah.
Mm.
Want to fill us in?
This is the Order of the Kraken.
Order of back.
Yeah, it's like a cult. They're trying to upset the status quo. They're trying to summon up one of the old gods that was imprisoned under the ocean to try and unseat Poseidon from his control. They're crazy and unhinged people.
Religious
Cult is
zealots.
a bit of a strong word.
These are
but
my people.
sure.
Do you know where they might be situated so we can go take care of them? I mean, interview them?
Well, yeah, let's take a step back, Savar.
Sorry.
He's like, no, if we knew where they were, that there wouldn't be an issue.
Well,
The fact that they keeping themselves hidden is what makes them a danger to the city. I thought we ran them out of here 3 years ago, but clearly they're back.
3 years
Underwater
ago.
base. Guaranteed. Ooh, 3 years ago. Do you think
Could be.
mm,
Hmm.
sorry. We're having a mental discussion right now.
I'm picking it. Yep.
He nods and he's just like, yeah, I'll let you do that. I'm gonna get somebody to clean this up, and he starts to make his way back into the hall, and he's like, all right, Ubrin, you've done your good deed for the day. Leave me the fuck alone. And
Oh, guard. Sorry. Before you go,
there's a heavy
Columbo.
sigh.
You're
Yeah.
like Columbo.
There's a heavy sigh as his,
One
as
more
his
thing.
first foot hit the steps leading up, and he just kind of turns around. Yes, ma'am.
we just need to know where Vamiira Haethrou is.
Couldn't help you. I don't know where she keeps herself or the rest of her coterie. I'm not in that pay grade, if you know what I'm saying.
She doesn't just
what
have
do
a
you
home
mean?
and out of town, like
I mean, that's for somebody higher up in the chain than I am. I don't get paid enough to care about where this big bride to be is staying.
hasn't she lived here her whole life though? Like
No, she's a citizen of Moses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just thought she was born there. I'm old.
Getting younger by the minute, though.
Well, then you could at least. But are you in the pay grade to know where Mr. Thrice abides?
Mm.
Anybody who's lived here their life knows where the Trice house is, and he kind of
Trice.
points to one of the big hills in the western part of town. He's like, the big family estates are all on the hill. They overlook the city. You know, pompous bullshit.
Mm. Above the pay grade bullshit. I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
gotta look over your minions.
I want to go knock on Trice's door.
I'm into it.
We don't even need to go into the hall. We got it.
Mm.
He's probably not there. Big mucky muck. Yeah, I'm ready to turn
Into it.
away from the guard and go up there. Maybe.
Scoot our cabooses.
So you start to head off, and he kind of just breathes a heavy sigh of relief and walks back into the hall. The gnome goes back into his shop, closes the door, and just kind of like stares out the window to make sure you leave.
Oh, just one of those.
Should we check out the shop or no? Is there anything we want to buy?
Probably
No,
a
we're
bad
busy.
idea.
We're busy. Too many trinkets.
But yeah, you head over to the hill, and you see that even to get into the hill, there's a wall, and it's got guards at the gates. It's got 3 gates. It's got the eastern gate, the northeastern gate, and the southeastern gate. And as you approach, the dwarf guard there just kind of looks up at you. Oh boy, here we go. More fucking trouble.
No trouble here. No
I didn't
trouble
think
here
we
at
had
all.
met before.
Dwarves.
He just kind of looks at the 4 of you. I know trouble when I fucking see it, and I can see it right here. And he kind of looks at Tika. You a little less, but you got that spark in your
Watch
eye.
your mouth.
Yeah. There's trouble in House Trice, and that starts with T, and that rhymes with D, and that stands for dwarves.
He kind of thinks about it for a moment, and the human that's with him kind of steps forward. Can I help you? Your group in any way, shape, or form? Do you need something from any of the houses?
It's actually like a courtesy call. We have reason to believe that someone might be trying to do some harmful things to an important member of one of these houses, and we wanted to do the citizenly thing and let them know that someone's after him.
Do you have any proof?
Indeed, we do.
But who are you?
Yeah,
We're not just
we'll
gonna like show you things. We don't know you.
I'm the one that's been assigned to this gate. Nothing gets in unless him or I. And he points to the dwarf, who's still thinking about Bodhi's comment. He's like, you see him doing mental math. Like, if you could see his mind, you could see the equations just kind of floating around, and he's just like,
It's not the first dwarf I've dazzled with poetry. Let's just put it that way.
but the human just kind of like looks back at you. Is like, one of us needs to approve any entrance or exit from in or out.
You're welcome to come along with us. And if this head of house decides that you can be privy to this knowledge of proof, then fine. But that's up to them, not up to us.
Which house?
Try.
Do we want to tell them? Yeah, sure.
I mean, pretty
House-
obvious where we're going.
House Trice.
Oh, all right, hold on. And he kind of pats the dwarf on the shoulder. He's like, hey, go see if Master Trice is in. And the dwarf's like, all right, Fine. Use the exercise. They open the gates, they let the dwarf in, and the dwarf kind of starts to walk into the whole of the estates. After about an hour, he comes back. There's a little carriage that brings him and somebody else that looks to be half elf. Long black hair that's kind of tied back in the same kind of felt bow that Geyer had. He's got streaks of gray that come out from his temples and shoot back into the ponytail. Soft blue eyes, a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, a little bit of a gut. It looks like he's had a good life, and as he gets out, you can see that he does have these silks wrapped around his body, like tunics and pants that look more expensive than anything this group has ever bought for themselves. And he comes over, he motions for the gate to be open. The human immediately rushes to open it and then takes a knee. And the gentleman comes out. I've been told that you found out that there's been a situation that pertains to my life.
We're just concerned citizens is all.
Of course, because you look so concerned.
We're just curious why a member of the Order of the Kraken
Would
was
wanna
trying to
kill-
poison you.
Yeah.
Madam, my name is Valdstrüm. I am the head of the Trice family. I am the head of the Council of Nine. I am in charge of Cove City. I would be surprised if someone wasn't trying to kill me with poison.
Mm,
That's fair.
fair enough.
Well, as a service to you, we wanted to give you a heads up.
But you're sure that this is the Order of the Kraken?
As sure as the city's guards are.
Yeah, that's what they told us. We got attacked by some people, and in our self-defense, we found on them some proof that they were trying to do the same potentially to you. So we thought, any enemy of my friend is my friend. Wait, enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's what I meant to say.
I was worried for a second.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day.
Sure. Do you have any proof of this?
I'm gonna just shoot Tika a glance.
She reaches in her pocket and pulls out the
To let
the
you
little
make the
vial
call.
and the note. And hands the note to him, but not the vial.
Yeah. He reads it and is just like, so any one of you could have written this. So how do I know that you're not the ones who are trying to poison me? By
Come
earning
on,
my
because
Because
trust.
you can't have
We
this
came
poison.
all
I'm gonna
this
use it for arrows.
way.
It's mine.
Yeah. You can't have it. You don't have to believe us, but we're not trying to harm you now. We are very able-bodied and could absolutely outwit your two guards. No offense. We came here as a courtesy to you. What purpose would that serve?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dwarven one is rude.
He looks at the dwarf. Have you been rude to these people? He's like, yeah, I have. They're fucking troublemakers. Look at them. He just kind of sighs and turns to look at you. I apologize for him. But he's partly right. You do appear to have this look of troublemakers about you. He's got blood all over him, and he points to Safar.
As he often
guy, blood.
does.
I was trying to. Yeah, I killed a man.
In self-defense,
In
may I
self-defense.
add,
Yes, he was one whole man, and then I defended myself, and then he was two half men.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Not like the silly show, but like
I haven't seen the mummers do that one.
back home there was a traveling puppet show with two real people, and they had a puppet, and they called him a half man, and it was 2.5 men. It was so yeah, it wasn't that great actually, but it was all right. I liked when they came to town, you know.
I've seen that show. It was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but there wasn't much for entertainment in those days, so that's what we did.
We stomached it. Yes, yes. As he and Tika have a moment bonding over a puppet show. But he looks at the group and he's like, "You understand that I am a man of import here in the city, and everyone's always trying to earn their favor with me, so I have to be defensive.
No, understandable.
Truly.
But if you'd
I'm
like
so
to,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm just thinking House of Breen now. Like it starred Charlie Breen.
Oh, is that
House of
Charlie Sheen?
Breen.
nice.
Okay.
And he's like, if you'd like to earn my trust, you can start by rooting out this Order of the Kraken from my city. Every insignia you bring me, I'd be happy to pay your group 5 gold as a
We
bounty.
should have got the rest of them.
They didn't have
They didn't have
insignias.
insignias.
Oh,
They,
you're
they were
right.
hired by him. They
Yeah.
weren't.
Nobody seems to know where these guys are. At least the guards we talked to today. Do you have a lead on where they might be located?
None whatsoever.
alright.
But I'd tell you to hang out near the docks. They have a thing for water, so
Very good.
Before we go, I know someone from this town that I came to visit actually. And I haven't been able to track her down. And I was wondering if you knew her whereabouts. Would you mind?
who is this?
It's my old friend from my hometown of Moses. Her name, Unaya Haro.
It's Harrow. I do know. I can arrange a meeting. I'll need something in return from you, though. So,
How's an insignia? We got one here for you.
I mean, when's the start? Let's say you bring me 4 more, and I'll arrange a meeting with you and Miss Harrow.
4 more in a fortnight?
We can get that done.
What do you think, fam?
I'm into it.
It sounds
4
good to
seems
me.
reasonable. Well, we think if we can find this.
We got to get the girls so we can find out what happened
Yeah.
between her and old Breen boy, and that'll
Quickly,
clear up a lot
we
of
don't-
things.
Time is not on our side. We have a good amount of time, but not
I'm
an
assuming that
infinite.
her getting married is like a doomsday clock. Is it? We don't really know.
Well, if there's a here's my thought. Here's my hope is that with the veil being so close, if we're able to defeat the Kraken cult, then maybe Hades is involved with the Kraken cult and all of that. Maybe we can if we can eliminate the Scions and Hades and their influence, then maybe we can bring back my brother of crew and reunite them. That would be
Maybe I could
great.
be with my dear Bree again.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know. It's a big look, guys. I know it's a big if, but
It's all we got right now.
it's
So
all we got.
let's do it.
Cool. So,
I'm in.
yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Right, so he extends his hand, shakes it with Mara, takes the patch from you. 4 more then. And these guys are witnesses. Let's keep this bounty between us for now.
Oh yeah, we want to lure them into our web, so we don't want to get out that we're looking for them.
Correct. Very well. I will try to make myself available at the Hall of Justice. Should you need to speak to me in any way, shape, or form.
Legion of Doom in the Hall of Justice.
I will be making myself available during the daylight hours for you.
Office hours are 8 to 4. Is that what you're
Just
saying?
hanging out with Bruce Wayne.
So, if you need me in the evening, just know that it will be more difficult to acquire my ear.
Okay.
All right.
You like to spend some nights out, do you?
I am a single man, if that's what you're asking, madam.
Well, it's not as good to know.
Do you? I mean, you've been here your whole life, right?
Correct.
You have a striking resemblance to another old friend of mine. Is there any chance you happen to know Guyer Breen?
I do. It's a shame what happened to him. Good luck to
What did
you.
hap-
And you see him start to get back in his wagon. And his driver takes him back to his house.
Suspicious.
Goodbye.
And the dwarf kind of looks at you as he closes the gate. All right. Goodbye to you.
Goodbye to you, good sir. And she like does a little coy curtsy, kind of beat a dick.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we weren't that much trouble, were we, Mr. Dwarf? Can't always judge a book by its leather.
Is that what they say? Fuck. I need to read more books. And the human just kind of waves at you. He's like, all right, bye.
Please go. All right. 4 insignia, here we go.
To the docks?
To the dock.
Right. And as your group starts to make its way back towards the west side of the city, west side, and the 5 islands where the docks are, this is where we're going to leave today's episode.
Ooh.
Dang.
So, as always, thank you
Is that
guys.
the Reggie I see over there at the docks?
Thank you guys for being a part of this, as always.
Thanks for a great day.
Great
Thank you, yeah, this
episode.
was awesome.
Thank you.
I hope that you guys are having a
Sweet,
good
tender
time.
moments.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
So once again, let's tell everybody where they can find you. We'll start this time in reverse. So Pedro, where can the people find more of you?
My Instagram is P Urquia, and then my Twitter is Pedro Jose Urquia, and that's pretty much it for now.
Okay. Red, where can everybody find you, and what are you up to?
Oh, I'm on most of the things, the Instagram at Red Herring, and streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming D&D tomorrow in a campaign where I play Gwendolyn Frostthistle, who's a rogue. And yeah, we just did some karaoke. We're doing karaoke on Thursdays now too. So just jumping around, having some fun. Come stop by.
Okay.
Ow, 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 ow.
Kat, what are you up to, and where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/lasercattv. And my next appearance will be tomorrow on Gloop Dog's finals for season 1 of Karaoke Foreplay. So that'll be tomorrow. I'm really excited for that. And then otherwise, my schedule is Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesdays at around 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you can find me there playing all sorts of games, puzzle games a lot lately, doing some singing, and shenaniganin.
And again,
Shenanigan.
and Gloop, the master of ceremonies, tomorrow. Where can everybody find you, and what are you up to?
I will also be in the Gloop Dog channel tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
I'll be live a little bit before that. That's noon Pacific. And then a week later, also at noon Pacific, season 2 will kick off. So it's going to kick off the following week.
Nice.
And I already have the entire month of October booked out.
Yeah. You might see somebody else at this table.
Aravna!
Maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, again, thank you guys.
You confirmed.
I did confirm. I just don't want to get anybody's hopes up.
What's the suspense?
All right.
I am a terrible singer, so be aware of that. But as always, thank you guys for being a part of this.
Well,
It-
if we do this again, like the same time, it would be you would be on the show the day after we did this.
yeah. We'll talk schedule.
Yeah, if
But
that worked out.
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As always, please get your shots if you haven't gotten your COVID shots. We're still not out of the woods yet, and a lot of people are making it much more difficult than it needs to be. So please continue to wear your mask, continue to wash your hands, continue to keep your distance. If you are watching live, as always on this channel, we take mental health seriously. There are some helplines that are going up so that you can reach out and get the help that you need if you are in such a situation that you need to reach out and get help. Do not be afraid to go out and get help. If you are not in the United States and you need help finding something, a resource, there is a link that is going up to help you find the resources in your area so you can take care of yourself because mental health is part of our general health. I mean, it's in the title itself. And I know for a fact that some of us have had some hard days and some of us are still here because we have friends that reached out or we have the inner willpower, and not a lot of people have that inner willpower. So if you know anybody that is a strong personality or is a happy-go-lucky personality, reach out. You don't know the kind of trajectory a life could change with a simple hello or how are you, just a simple check-in. But as always, thank you guys. I look forward to our next one shot, and I use quotations
Okay.
because I don't think we're done yet with the Pirates of the Valdstrum. So
Yeah.
I hope not. We need answers.
Right. So, and we need to see what Kiba's been up to this whole time. So,
Yeah, seriously.
Fiddling that
And
monkey.
a Renji.
yeah,
Aw.
we need more Renji in our lives. So, everybody, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next month for the next installment of Pirates of the Valdstrum. Good night.
See about it.